Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are, wherever you are. Aloha, this is Manny from Good Dog Press, and welcome to my computer room on a Saturday night. Yeah, usually I'm not here, but Popefire had some things. And as always, this is how we always start off the show, by being a boomer. Hey, nothing changed. As
It's
always,
like comfort food.
yeah, it's great. It's like nothing's changed. Friday, Wednesday, Monday, same thing, right, Trusty?
Oh, yeah. We are nothing if not consistent.
No, we are consistently. Well, you know what? In a way, it's not that bad because Misfit Comics does the same thing, but he does it for a reason. He just does that to make sure that he can be heard. So he lets it run for like about a couple seconds. So that's gonna be my excuse from now on. I'm just making sure that we can actually be heard.
That's it. That's it.
So, anyways, it's a Saturday night. This is at the altar. I mean, this is usually done on Popefire's stream, but she had some things to take care of. She might be here later on tonight, which is awesome if she can. And you know what? This is Good Dog Press. We're not as strict as that 2 hour rule. You guys have seen Good Dog Press. We've gone a long time sometimes. We have done some marathons, but we're going to try to keep it maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. We'll see what happens. Uh, as usual for at the altar, people take their time getting here. They're not very prompt, but we do have in the house. We have Trusty Sidekick. How are you doing tonight, Trusty?
Aloha. Doing very well, thank you. Oh, I like that Avengers cover.
Awesome. We'll
I've
get
got
to
that
that.
issue somewhere.
I'll explain why I put that up on my screen first. So, how are you doing tonight, Trusty?
Pretty good, pretty good. Had a busy day trying to help my mom get a new washing machine and working in the yard with my wife.
That is awesome.
But made a belated birthday cake for my son, and now I'm here with you. So, pretty good day.
That is awesome. Cool. And besides Trusty Sidekick, we have Adrian in the house, a regular on At the Altar. How are you doing tonight, Adrian?
I'm good.
A man of few words, people. But once we start talking about what our theme for tonight, it's just a theme, but the artists on the panel do not really have to draw Avengers. I have Trusty Sidekick here tonight. He will be doing a commission that he's doing, so that is awesome. But he's still here. He'll be talking about the Avengers. He might not be drawing, but he will be talking. But yeah, so
Yes, indeed.
all right, what are you going to be drawing tonight, Adrian?
I'm not sure. It's going to be an Avenger, but I'm not sure who.
That is awesome. Alrighty. So why do I have Avengers 191 on my screen? That is the very first Avengers comic book I ever read. That is
Nice.
Seriously.
that is the one that got me into. I mean, that's not the first comic book I ever bought, but that's the first Avengers I've ever read. Yes. I mean, that was back in the day. I mean, look at the team. I mean, that is an awesome team. Scarlet Witch, Vision, Ms. Marvel, Captain America, the Beast, and Falcon, and Iron Man.
That is a good team.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the
some
whole thing about
lovely George Perez art.
exactly George Perez art. I mean, that is telling a story right there. That's not a pinup. That is how comic books used to be, telling you a story right off the cover. You knew who they were fighting. They're fighting the Grey Gargoyle, and the Grey Gargoyle made two of the superheroes turn into stone already. That's not too cool. Damn, look at that. Everybody's pretty much defeated. How is these people going to get over on the Grey Gargoyle? That is an awesome cover. I mean, that tells the story. There's the Beast on there. So to me, the Beast graduated from the X-Men. So when they actually brought the Beast back into the X-Men, I was kind of upset. I was like, why would the Beast go back to the X-Men? The X-Men is supposed to be training ground for newcomers. He's an Avenger. Why would he go back? It's like you got out of high school. Why would you go back to high school? You're in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was much
definitely.
more fun when he was an Avenger.
Oh, he became, well, my favorite Avenger is my favorite superhero, Captain America. But when it comes down to my other favorite Avengers, the Beast, Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye's up there for me.
Yellow Jacket was awesome also. He was a little crazy, but he was awesome. So yeah, that was what I like to watch back. I mean, that's what I like to read back in the day. I mean, how lucky was I to read a George Perez Avengers comic book, my first Avengers comic book. I was hooked. Come on,
I
you
was gonna
get
say
hooked
that
right
pretty
off.
much make you a fan for life, right there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
man.
And you know what? At the time, that was Marvel's biggest seller. Two of
Oh yeah.
Marvel's biggest sellers at this time when I started reading comic books, Avengers and Micronauts.
Oh
Were
man,
their-
I
Micronauts.
remember
Yes.
Micronauts. I
that
liked
was their
Micronauts.
that were their two biggest sellers. Not X-Men, not Spider-Man, Micronauts and Avengers. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's the way it was back then. And I mean, that's a gorgeous cover. And I got to meet the man. Beautiful man, awesome man. I mean, I heard stories about him at that convention as he was leaving to go to his car. People were still going up to him and having him sign stuff. And he
Yeah.
stood at his car signing things for people. And he wouldn't leave until
That's
he
crazy.
signed everything for everybody. That's how
That's
nice of a
amazing.
guy he is. That's
Yeah, he was a
crazy.
regular at Heroes Con. You know, every year that I would go, he would be there.
Yeah. So what happened is the last con I went to back in March or February, uh, he it was the last time he's coming to Hawaii. He's going to retire
Right.
from doing the circuit. So I was fortunate enough about 4 years ago to meet him, stand in line, have things signed from him. So I got to meet him, got to shake hands with him, got to have pictures with him and my son. So he was a very good guy. Uh,
That's cool.
so who do we have in the chat, guys?
Oh,
This
I
was
see a Scabby down there. A
yeah.
Jacob.
Why is
Why
Shabby not
is
here on the
Jacob not in
panel?
this panel?
Yeah, exactly. He has the link. He is part of this. So we got Shabby in the chat. We got Joshua Shoes in the chat saying, "Hail Raven." We got Trusty Sidekick saying, "What up, chat?" We got Shabby saying, "Hey, Trusty." Santa Raven saying hello to everyone. Joshua is actually here now. The shoes went home, wasn't put back in the rack. I'm telling Shabby that he's sexy. Evan Von Scriver is here. Hail Raven. Bethany is here saying hi, everyone. Hi, Bethany. Adrian again telling Shabby to get his butt up here on the damn panel. Evan Von Scriver saying hello to Bethany. Cross Comics is out there.
Bethany could come in.
Hey, was going to come in, but I'm tired and love your subscriber number. Shut up there, Rick. We all know what my subscriber number is right now. Dude, I was at 675 2 weeks ago, and I've been losing a lot of subscribers to whatever YouTube is doing to it. So, yeah, you know what I'm at now. The dreaded number.
No, not according to what I see.
Okay, good. Because no, it's weird because like on an iPad it's a different number, on my PC it's a different number. So yeah, it's
Oh, seriously.
around that magical number which everybody knows, the evil number. Yeah, so I got to get some more subscribers up there. Santa Raven,
Either that or
LOL.
look at it on a different device.
Was that?
I said either that or look at it on a different device.
Yeah, well, it's just a number. Okay,
Yeah.
Joshua Hughes says at Cross Comics, he. Cat R said, I heard Manny got a Cross Comics shirt that should have been mine, and she's sad about that. Hey, I'm gonna actually give Rick some money for that shirt. You know, I was I was watching it and I said $25 confirmed. I'm gonna send that to him. I'm gonna cover his cost for sending it to me. He had a giveaway this morning. It was pretty fun. Um, Joshua Shu says, man, he's cursed by his sub numbers. Evan Von Scriver says, hey, Cross. Cat R is hi, Joshua. Evan says, so if I unsub, I break the curse. No, don't unsub. Go sub with your sock accounts. Cross is explaining why I got the shirt to Cat. Cat says she's teasing me. It's all right. Man, it's not much of a tease. That was nothing. I've heard worse. Everyone Skyver says, who's drawing the new hit sensation Hush Girl? Somebody drawing Hush Girl?
Not that I know of.
We're not supposed to
Tank
talk.
Parrot Art says, I fixed it. You know what? You guys in the Titan Squad, If you guys are not going to show up, if there's only 3 showing up here, guess where I'm going to put the link in?
Let's put it in the chat. Let's get
No,
people.
it's not going to go in the chat. This altar is going to get spicy because it's going to go into. I got a new subscriber today, just now. He broke my curse. Thank you.
Imagine that. How did that happen?
Is it going to the doghouse? Is that what you're trying to
It's
say?
going to the doghouse.
Let's do it.
Dun, dun, dun. You guys want to play? You guys don't want to play with the big boys? I'm going to bring the big boys up here.
That's right. Maybe we can get Lorenzo in here.
Lorenzo's in the Titan squad, so he does have the link already.
That's true.
I'm surprised Lorenzo's not here, but you know what? Let's go get the dog stars up here.
Yeah, let's get some people in here.
Yeah, let's get some people in here. And you guys know, like I said, you guys know how it is. It's not like a Popefire where it's we got to do everything in less than 2 hours. Hell no. We gotta have some fun. Take your guys' time. There it goes. It went into the dog stars. But you know what? I'll be even very nice, and I'll put in the doghouse also tonight. Oh, that's really cutting it. Who could be in the doghouse tonight? Uh-oh. So have anyone on the panel, and make sure there is no spoilers, seen Avengers Endgame yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you guys can don't talk about the movie. You guys can just say if you liked it or you didn't.
You go first, Trusty.
I am not a very critical moviegoer. I like a lot of things that other people, have problems with. So, take that, for what it is. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a great way to wrap up, this first whole big MCU storyline. And the way that the scenes, it was edited back and forth between the different parts of the story was really, really good. And there was some funny stuff in there too.
That's good. That's good. And Adrian, do you have anything to say about it, or you don't want to say much about it?
Okay. I had my rant about it with the Discord people last night. I have a love-hate relationship with this movie. There's parts I absolutely love, and then there's parts that I hate a lot.
Okay. That's a good review. I love it, but I hate it. I cried, but I laughed.
Oh,
It's
I
a
didn't
feel-good
cry.
movie.
It's like a relationship.
It's a relationship movie.
It's like a relationship with comics in a way. The first part of the movie for me is my favorite parts of the movie.
Okay, say no more. That's it.
Yeah, so that's
No more.
That's all.
And that's how it goes, chat. And you guys know how it is. I mean, last night I said the same thing. Nobody talks about it. Don't spoil it. People are still trying to see this movie, and unfortunately, it's a very popular movie. So some people haven't watched it. Can't even get tickets for this weekend. The first show I'm going to be able to get to see is Wednesday night. That's when my tickets are for. I mean, it's sold out that much in advance. I mean, yes, I could go to a movie theater and go sit in the first row. I do not want to sit in the first row. I want to actually enjoy this movie. If it's just a payoff movie, I want to sit in the normal seat where I usually sit and enjoy it. So that's why I have not seen it yet. So please, people out there, I'm begging you guys, no spoilers. You guys can do stuff like Joshua just said, spoiler, Hawkeye wears pants.
Not
Oh my
pants.
Lord. No.
It must have been drawn by Gary Shipman.
Yeah, exactly. And I did get that today. I did get
Awesome.
it. I did get my Gary Shipman skunker with pants. Yeah.
No, I think Gary Shipman could totally sell an entire art book filled with like pinup models and superheroes, but all with pants on. I think that would just be such a novelty item that would be in like every Barnes and Noble. You know what I mean?
Cool. And who is this mysterious man talking? We all know who you are, but people from might be watching and wondering who is this voice.
I'm the crazy guy, the tank ferret.
You're the guy that broke my curse.
That's right, I did, and I made it naughty.
Oh, you made it naughty. How are you doing
Well,
there, Tank?
yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It helps that I have my children's accounts on my phone as well, so I can always monitor what they're doing on
Cool.
the YouTube. So they all subscribed.
That is awesome. Just like this morning on Cross Comics thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
So me and my wife are in bed, and Cross is going, "Oh, I only have so many people watching." Oh yeah, great. I got 10 people watching now. I'm like, Rick, you really only got 6 people watching you. You know that I got 2 accounts watching you, and my wife got 2 accounts watching you.
Right.
No, it was funny when the von Scriber clan showed up.
Uh,
That was awesome.
that is great. We do have the greatest
So see, we've
troll.
got the von Scriber clan, the
Uh,
mini Joshuas, and the Council of Jeremys. I don't know, man. I think we need some females up in there. It's a bit of a sausage fest, don't you think?
oh,
Yeah, you're
well,
missing
you know what?
some
Our
females.
chat has some lovely ladies out there tonight. We have
Right?
Bethany out there. How you doing, Bethany? Bethany
Hi,
said
what's
she's
up,
finally
Bethany?
coming back to watch Good Dog Press. She finally forgives me for taking away that beautiful drawing that I won on auction last week from her.
Oh,
I got the first drawing of the character from the hero. It's his love interest. So
oh yeah. No, I saw
oh
that.
dude, that was so beautiful that I forgot what
You
the
outbid Bethany on that?
yeah it was Faith. It was Faith that I got, and I actually tried to get the other 2 characters from him, but
I don't know.
I
You
don't,
might be getting another one.
well,
Karma.
I'm not gonna say what else I got, but you know when I do get it in, I'll show it to everyone. It's such a beautiful picture. I got Starfire on my desk just to say, hey, Popefire's here. Here's Starfire for you. All right. What else? What else happened in the chat? La la la. Santa Raven. Yeah, long stream. Yay. Oh, last night. Talking about long streams, we had our stream and we got cut off kind of early. I don't know how it happened, but YouTube cut me off.
It's all that joking about doing Sopranos endings and stuff, and then finally
Dude,
it happened.
the funny thing is, we got cut off at the knee, and Rick was the one that said, "We're off air." I'm like, what? We're off air? What happened? So we just went over to Lorenzo, and Lorenzo had a great stream last night.
Yeah, that was fun.
Lorenzo, for a guy who's only had 2 streams up there, he's got some friends that come out and support him.
That's
I
right.
give him some props. Good job there, Lorenzo, last night. You kept it lively, you kept it fun. You had a
Well,
whole bunch of people come in and out of the panel last night. Good job.
I was
I
glad
should.
to see a bunch of people come out and support Lorenzo, because Lorenzo's been supporting the indie comic community, and he's been a very big supporter of the people who are struggling in Comicsgate, due to the stuff that they're running into, and he's an all around good guy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
And I can't wait until Tuesday, because that's when my goodies get back from the printer and I ship everything out.
What are you shipping?
I have some auctions to ship out to Tosspot, Lorenzo, and Manny, and I've got I've got goodies.
You got goodies.
I got goodies. Well, you didn't think I was just gonna like draw up sheets of trading cards and not give everybody like copies?
Nice.
Awesome.
So yeah, everybody who got an order in, that's the goodie that's going out. Y'all get some prototype cards. They're only just on one side. They're black and white, but it's just to make sure that the measurements that my printer's going to use are precise. So that way I don't have to do that again. Next time I just got to correct the colors or whatever, printing process if that needs to be done.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm just looking back at the chat. Shabby says he's not going to be able to come here tonight because he's working.
Oh, why'd you got to cuss like that?
That's not cool. And I don't know. Cat says, remind me when Shabby left me hanging on his own stream, all alone. Well, then you should have made it your own. I would have been.
Yeah.
If somebody leaves me on their stream, they know that I'm going to take over.
Oh yeah, no,
It's like, oh,
everybody's getting invited. It's like when
yeah.
the parents leave for
Like,
the weekend.
yep. It's like, oh my lord. You know what? Here we go. You guys know what I do on Friday nights, right? Should I do it, guys?
No,
Sure.
no,
No.
no.
Why not?
Am I
She
super late?
she does it on her show all the time. She always
What do I
comes in.
do?
I don't know. Well, now that she's here, she can take the reins, so that's
Oh,
up to her.
okay. Well,
Since
I'm gonna have to
you're
give her.
being a gracious
I am going to give
host.
her controls, shared controls.
Where's Adrian?
I'm right here.
Why is Adrian so quiet?
Because Adrian being Adrian.
What do you
Of course he
mean?
is. I am so sorry about that. I had a bit of a family issue that I had to deal with.
No, don't worry
Thank you
about
so much for hosting. I know that you and I give each other a hard time, but I do appreciate
it, dude.
that both of us understand
Dude,
and will help each other out when needed.
everybody knows that it's just an act between you and us, and everybody knows that we have fun behind the scenes.
Oh
We just
yeah, I
we
definitely
have
have
each
fun
other's back.
photoshopping your head on stuff.
Yeah, I saw that Zatanna, which was kind of interesting.
You even had the fishnet.
Yeah, I never looked sexier in my life. Oh
Hey,
my lord!
Satana. Satana is the second sexiest character at DC.
Then what
Right
is the
behind
first?
Starfire, of course, right?
Yes, right behind Starfire.
I thought
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna say behind Nightwing.
Well, Nightwing.
Come on, he is sexy.
He's
Yeah.
sexy, but he's not Starfire sexy. I'm gonna get shit because I'm wearing. Okay, my aunt sent me
Do I have to
What?
tell? Do I have to tell Popefire the rules of my show?
Oh, I am so sorry.
This is not her show.
I'm so sorry.
We keep the swearing to a minimum.
No, and even on at the altar, I try not to swear. Ooh, flip back, flip back. Wait, flip back. Dang it!
Where?
All right, stop. Are they bringing back? Oh, that's an older comic.
This
Never
is an
mind.
old comic I'm looking at just for Avengers things, just to get my. I kind
I
of
was
know what I'm going to
excited.
draw. Since it is Good Dog Press, it's guaranteed going to be some sexy. Maybe I'll do the Wasp, the cool.
No. Do Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is so cool.
Yeah, she's a witch, and my subscription number is 666. I don't think I should be doing that
No, it's
right
not 669 now.
Oh, it's 669 now. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
you
made
might-
it. I told you I made it naughty.
Okay. Oh,
Hush, girl. Just hush.
I can do a Scarlet Witch. I can do a
Yeah,
Scarlet.
Scarlet Witch. That's right, Scarlet Witch. She gets totally overlooked. Pisses
There we
me
go.
off.
There's a Scarlet Witch right there. She's Scarlet and she's a witch.
I hate it. Amanda Connors. I just despise her.
You know what? You know what? The reason why I do like this book is because I like the color,
The
and
color on it's great, but Amanda Connors is terrible.
I think I'm gonna go to this color scheme for Skunk Girl. You know, fun, lively.
No, like look at that one. Look at that cover. Does she not look trans?
Uh,
Like she looks like a drag queen or whatever they're
no,
called.
actually, you know what? For me, no, because she actually looks Polynesian. You know, with the
Really?
broad nose and the thicker lips and the bigger eyes.
Okay, Starfire is supposed to be based off of a Puerto Rican woman,
Ah,
which is something people seem to forget because like they always like either change her, like base her off of, which is fine, basing her off of other things, but she was originally based off of a Puerto Rican woman. So it's a bit frustrating that Amanda Connors was allowed to write her first draw her first solo book, and I think she had a lot to do with the writing too, and you can tell. All she did when she did this book, like the only research she did was she looked on the Teen Titans wiki, and then like, yeah, I can understand this character. I just need to know that she's an alien, and that's it.
no, what you should have done was gone and open up a damn George Perez and Marv Wolfman
That would be
Starfire
work.
and find
And
out.
Amanda Connors, like, look at her art. Amanda Connors doesn't do work. Look at that. You cannot tell me that's not comic book. That's something I'd see at Archie's. That's great for Archie, but that's not something I want to see in my freaking superhero books. especially boring covers like that. She has some of the most boring covers. This is her first solo. Well, technically, it's her second. Her first solo one was a spin-off of New Teen Titans, but it was her first solo series, and they messed it up. Like Raven gets this amazing book with Marv Wolfman as the writer. Who do we get? Amanda fucking Connor. Oh, I'm so sorry.
There we go. Yay.
Hey, Manny, bring that cover back real quick. I'm gonna tell you why this is a terrible cover.
Because it's boring.
What is this issue about? It's about her looking for a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is boring. It's dull. It's tired. The eyes are set way too high. Like it brings the title down. It's really, really bad composition. Like this is
like okay,
horrible.
Okay. I'll be right back. I'll find you a good fucking. I'm so sorry. I'll find you a good Starfire cover. Okay.
Well,
I'll be right freaking back.
I mean, it is supposed to be At the Altar, which is her show. So.
Yeah, it is her show. Oh my lord.
But I know what she's saying. I mean that most recent relaunch of Captain Marvel, and the cover for that was just horrid.
Like this one doesn't even abide by any rule of like commercial layout whatsoever. And all comic book art abides by the rules of just like standard layout and design, right? This cover, it doesn't. It's a stupid pinup. It's a Tumblr pinup.
It is. No. So stupid. So stupid. Look at this. This is her first. This was her first. This is issue 1 of her first solo run. Look at how much better that is.
Look at that.
Good.
There's a story there, and the title's all nice up the top where it's supposed to be, out of the way of the artwork. Got to bring it back.
Okay, now look at my screen.
Look at this one.
Yeah, there's story. There's elements.
Well, and George Perez, by the time he was doing New Teen Titans, he got really good at drawing the characters so they looked different from each other. I mean, if you look right there, the picture you just held up, Starfire and Blackfire,
even this one
profile on either side of the cover, but their facial features were different. Starfire's rounder, and Blackfire more angular.
Yeah, sorry. Even this one, which you could compare to the one that you have, Manny. This one, it's full body. The anatomy actually seems correct, and she's Starfire. You can look at this and be like, yeah, that's something I could see Starfire doing, because this is obviously a pinup. You could tell that this was not something that they intended to be a comic, but they used it as the cover. This was obviously, but still better than that.
Nope. Just hold it up there for.
This is 1 of 5 Starfire boxes.
Okay, now look at the Avenger cover that I got on the screen right now. That's tells you a story. I mean, it shows you all the Avengers that's going to fight. They're going up against the Grey Gargoyle. I mean, of course, this George Perez cover. He's this master. It's like it's not. That is what a cover should be.
Manny, this cover makes you want to bust out with the red pen and start giving a class.
Yeah.
Like, look at that eye flow. It makes you read the cover 3 times at least.
Dude.
And that makes you reinforce those words up at the top. Now, this is marketing subconsciously. So even while you're looking from that artwork, the way it flows, right? You read the title once you read it from left to right. You look from Vision to Cap. That's again left to right. And then you've got, oh, look, there's Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. And the 2 guys that are stone, that really grabs, the 2 stone guys grab your eye because of the contrast and stuff, which gets you right next to that blurb. That blurb was perfectly placed right there. But once again, it draws your eye direction from left to right, which you may not be aware of it, but you're reading that stuff in your periphery vision again.
Like I said earlier, this was the very first Avenger comic book I ever got to read. So I'm reading this Avenger comic book. I'm hooked for life.
I know why this one's here.
That cover's worth 3 covers. You see what I'm saying, marketing wise? That's worth 3 advertisements. So even if it's not the title you like, see, even if you didn't like the Avengers back then, say you're like a diehard X-Men snob, Avengers, Justice League for the win, that's gonna grab your attention regardless.
Oh no, I was looking.
They don't do that anymore.
This one's so beautiful. See?
Yeah, and look at the beautiful stuff that I got on my desk right here.
Ooh, you got it signed. I'm
I mean,
mad.
yeah,
It's
this
almost
is the first issue. Of course, this is kind of a poster. Yes, it's a poster, but
you know,
you get,
Manny. No, well, you know, it's well. What issue is that?
that's issue number 1.
Okay, no, that's not a poster. That's a presentation.
Okay, sure. But you're
So
wondering who are these guys over here? Who are
yeah,
these guys? I mean, this looks like there's people out of the
yep.
frame.
There's stuff.
Right.
There's the story elements creeping in, and you know the heroes are all charging forward. Of course, at the time, everybody smiled back then. So
And I know that it's not my own.
Now this tells you the story right there. Now who the heck are these characters? It's like, oh my lord,
All right.
you
well,
know
now
they.
you're just showing off.
It's like you get introduced to this character. Doesn't even turn out to be the main villain. It's this guy back here.
Well, you know, put your fingers over the words up at the top, including the word bubbles, just so we can't read those word bubbles. All right. Yeah, good enough. Good. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. You can see what this issue is about. You know, you got the guy in the front. He's got the Titans all beat up. Raven's there, like, oh no. And then there's this stuff going on. Then there's that dude in the background who's like kind of mysterious, you know, and like, who's that foreboding dude in the background? You know, that is like that, and that is basically the contents of that issue. That is the story.
You know
It's
what's
a
crazy?
beautiful advertisement. Like that's a good 30-second, 45-second advertisement.
You know what's so crazy about this thing? I've seen this. I mean, I've owned this for 30 something years. I've
Mhm.
never noticed the roses over here. Wow.
Huh?
He drew roses on the damn cover. Like, oh my lord, look at that. I mean, it's so detailed. I never saw these roses before.
Yeah, no, see, and now we see the words, right? Now you have those words up here in close and focus. Look at that. See, you know, you got the guy up here in the front. He's all blah, 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 blah. But the back guy and the guy in the background, he was the important part of the story.
I am
Yeah.
trying to find a very specific Red Hood and the Outlaws
So-
cover that is my absolute favorite.
And of
You know,
course,
when
these
people are
signed-
putting together covers for their comics, I see a lot of these in the projects,
Here's-
like Indiegogos and Kickstarters and stuff. I like the comic, but the cover is lame. Like, it doesn't tell me anything about the comic. If I saw that at the comic store, I'd be like, oh, okay, it's a character pinup.
look
And
at
I
this.
roll my eyes and I move along.
Love that one. That one is so good. That's one of my favorite. Hold it up a little bit. I love that one. Okay, it's one of my favorite Wally West stories, right? And I
Just
absolutely
Shame
love
what
it.
they did to Wally West.
It is. Let's not talk about that. I'm still mad.
No, we're not talking
Oh,
about what they
here's
did to
the real
Wally
thing.
West.
I mean, look how gorgeous this cover is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. Perez is amazing at that.
It's like, oh my lord. It's like, look at how much story is being told here.
Yeah, this is a great cover because this is an
Yeah.
advertisement. This is going to
Yeah.
try and get you to buy this issue because every comic is somebody's first comic.
Oh, I need to find that one. Oh, okay. Where is it? Where is it? Where
This
is
is
it?
cool too. I mean, wow.
No, I don't
They're
know.
all-
Oh, it's one of my favorite comics. This is
Pinocchio.
actually the
Look at this one.
What is she going crazy on?
Uh-oh.
Okay, this one is beautiful. This is one of my favorite comics.
You tilt it down a little bit. There's a lot of glare.
There.
Yeah.
Or something. There you go. That's better. A little bit.
Look at that. It's so beautiful.
only see the Beast Boy. Oh wait, no, never mind.
These-
I
you
did.
got Cheetah.
I don't know. This is one of my favorite covers. I just think it's so beautiful. I like the colors. I'm a very big man. I'm gonna have to reorganize this now. This is gonna bug me. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna mess up all my
But she
comics.
won't leave it up there long enough for me to break it down and show
I
why it's
know.
awesome.
She's got to.
I want to explain why it's awesome.
All right,
She's
I gotta
right
put
that it's awesome.
no, because I'm gonna end up like having to spend all day Sunday having to reorganize my comics because I messed all of them up. But there were so many better comics than Amanda Connor's. And I do have the Amanda Connor Starfire run. It's one of the few Starfire stuff I don't reread. It was one of the reasons I dropped comics. And yeah, don't show me that. Put it away.
You know what? I'm gonna make this better. Okay. Let's make this drawing better. I do like where the hands are, and I will change the tilt of the head. But I do like
Can you
the.
make it look like a woman?
Yeah, it will be. Ow.
Okay,
Am I
that's all I
still?
want.
That's all you want. So, where's all your buddies? Popefire? Hopefully, they're not intimidated about being on Good Dog Press. Did she drop out?
She might have, or at least stepped away.
Oh,
Eaten by
Maybe she organized your
wildebeests.
boxes.
So I watched Endgame.
we're not going to talk about it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna say it makes you tired. It's a 3 hour long movie.
Okay, so that
It's tiring.
say to me, like when people say that, there is no such thing as a 3 hour movie. It's either a good movie or a bad movie. So that means you didn't like it.
No,
If you
I
gotta
liked it. No, I did
complain
like it.
about
I
the
did like
time,
it. It was long.
It did not feel like 3 hours to my wife and I. What just happened?
Adrian said he dropped out. Hopefully he'll be back. Awesome. I did not.
I am very curious about the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie now.
I'm not. If they hired back that director, I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Boycott that, and they're gonna
Stinks.
find out that a lot of people are gonna boycott it.
Goodness.
That was
I
not.
think a lot of people are gonna be done with Marvel after Endgame, to be honest.
Well, I was done a long time ago already. I don't watch the movies at the theaters. I just wait for them to come on Netflix.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, because they were coming on so fast. It's like, oh, I don't need to go spend $30, $40 to go see it. I mean, when you got a family, that's what you're spending just for the tickets alone.
Yeah. No, see, I took my little brother today, and to sort of cheer him up. He's a hungry little boy. I'll give him that.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to go feed them before you go to the theater.
I did.
That way you don't have to spend the
I
outrageous
did
money.
feed him. I did. I took him to McDonald's and everything.
Oh, why? Why, girl?
He's
Nah.
6'4",
Whoa,
and he's recently 13.
13.64.
Wow.
He's a football player.
Cool.
He used to live with me for a little bit. And I'll tell you one thing: he ate me out of house and home.
Wow.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back, Adrian. We
Hey,
missed you.
Adrian. Don't worry about Adrian. It happens.
So you're drawing Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a mod that'll really appreciate that.
So, can I? Oh, it's on my channel, so I can draw Scarlet Witch in any costume that I want. Could do the super sexy gypsy costume.
Oh, the gypsy costume was
I
great.
don't care if you draw something like super sexy. It's just I don't feel comfortable sending you something that's super sexy. Like I don't, and especially not from Gary Shipman, because that's even worse. It's like, hey, can you draw this super sexy? No, that's weird.
Why?
Did you?
It's like asking your dad to send a dirty gift to your uncle. It's just gross.
Hey, Popefire. Did you hear
Yes.
about my idea for the next hit Gary Shipman sketchbook?
What?
He's gonna draw like all the sexy characters, but in pants.
Okay, so I'm not joking. I have been pushing his book everywhere. I have even been pushing it in my Overwatch games. I'm like, hey, you guys should go check out this Indiegogo called Pack-In's Land.
I'm buying issue 1 and 2 instead of going to see Endgame.
Ooh.
Yeah, because Gary Shipman's that awesome.
You guys should definitely. Well, Gary made a deal with me. If I could get him so many backers, Rick Law has to buy a Pope hat and a wig, and he has to wear them.
Outstanding.
Yes. And I've already
So,
hit that. I've already hit the 20 backers I needed. But keep going,
Okay.
guys, because I can add more stuff
I
to
was
it.
going to do this regardless, but you can add me to that list just because. I'm down for that cause. Silly hats, and wigs. I'm always game for that. I mean,
Yeah.
I spent 8 months hanging out with the Waco Texans, some hardened bikers, just so I could do some writers research, and I got the hardest one of them to put on an empty beer box on his head as the crown of shame. It only took me 6 months to loosen him up enough.
Yeah, I want to do a experiment right now. I just want everybody in the chat to put an F in the chat. There's a little experiment I want to do just to see how many people are really watching this. Because it happened this
Experiment.
morning. It happened this morning on Rick's show also. It was weird. You know? Yeah.
Oh, it jumped.
Well,
in.
I was working, so I couldn't actually chat.
No, because it was like this morning we were watching and then it said only like 3 people were watching. I'm like, how is that possible? Because I see all these people in the chat and
Right.
me and my wife is watching. It's like, okay, that's 2 people here. There ain't no way it's only one other person is watching.
Well, mine is
No.
actually frozen. Like I've had to refresh to get it to play
Yeah.
again. So I think
Yeah.
it may not be counting me. Yeah, it counts me as soon as I refresh it.
Because I was like, what the hell? We did not go down to just 4 people.
The
watching.
curse post.
Yeah, I was like, what the? They're playing around with this thing nowadays.
They're messing with it. That's all I.
Yeah, it's like there's no way up at the altar only has 4 viewers. There's no way, you know. And
Yeah,
there's
even
no
on
way,
Ninja's channel.
and there's no way that and there's no way that Good Dog Press only goes down to 4 viewers. I mean, we might start off with 4 viewers, but once it starts getting, there ain't no way in hell we drop down that low.
Yeah, I think the lowest at the altar has been like 10 people, and so that's why I believe that. I think it's just being YouTube.
Yeah, so it happened. Like I said, it happened this morning. I was like, how can it be only 3 people watching when my wife and I we're watching it? That's 2 people right there on
Yeah,
2
you
different
got
devices.
11.
Yeah, that's weird. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I know it was 4 people watching. Weird. Thank you for the experiment.
You say experiment funny, and it reminds me of how I say right there. Apparently, I
Right
say
there?
it super Texan.
Well, we
I
haven't
was
heard
about
me.
to say that is some deep Texan accent going on right
Yeah, that's
there.
like right there. Like the one, like that's one thing I just can't say normal. It's like as soon as I say it, I get full blown Texan. It's funny. I didn't even notice until people started telling me about it.
It's all right. My dad grew up in Littlefield, at West Texas, and you know he hasn't lived in Texas since he went off to Nam in his early 20s, and he's in his 70s now, and he still says toilet paper.
Toilet paper?
Toilet.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper.
Toilet paper. No,
Like
see,
it's
okay,
tall.
apparently, yeah,
The man
yeah,
is
no,
tall, and it is it.
No, I found out recently that I say Sprite. Weird.
Sprite?
Sprite. Yes. In Oklahoma, which is where I went to school at, the small towns around there will call it Sprite. So I've been calling it that, and then people were like, "It's not Sprite."
I ran into that in a diner because I was going through Oklahoma. I decided I'm gonna go off to like the main thoroughfare like quite a ways and go find a diner that's not disgustingly greasy. And yeah, I ordered myself a Sprite. Oh man, I was tickled.
But it's an Oklahoma thing. Like people are like, "That's not from Oklahoma." I'm like, "Yeah, that's Oklahoma. They are. That's how they say it's either Sprite or Coke, and Coke can mean everything from Dr. Pepper to Red Bull."
That's Oklahoma right there.
Right there.
Right there?
Right there. It's like a
Why don't
TH
you
and a D
guys
stuck
go-
together.
Why don't you go get me a Coca-Cola over yonder? I hate myself. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch, and I've been playing Ash, and she's super Texan. So every time I'm playing that, Booster has to get on to me because I start getting like super Texas.
Well, yeah, in Texas, there's only 2 sodas, Coke and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Coke and Dr. Yeah, we don't have Pepsi. We don't want none of that Pepsi piss here.
Oh, well, Pepsi is just another kind of Coke. Same thing with RC Cola, Sprite. That's a Coke.
Oh, don't you be making fun of no RC Cola. RC Cola is the bomb, man. Especially with Moon Pies.
I grew up in RC Cola.
Yeah, the
me
poor
too.
man's soda.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh my
The
lord.
only way it got cheaper was a blue bar that just said cola.
Dude, you know
I
where
miss Blue Bar.
you guys got Safeways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their own damn brands. The Safeway
Yep.
Select. They're
Yeah.
not bad. I
No.
kind of like them. You know.
Well, it's often the same stuff that major manufacturers use.
Yeah,
They just get it. They just
exactly.
buy it in bulk and package it at a discount.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not? Why am I gonna spend more money on stuff? You know.
Yeah. That's why the Safeway Select mac and cheese is the same as the Kraft mac and cheese. It actually is the same product for like half the price.
Okay, now I gotta go find out what the hell is Scarlet Witch. Which Scarlet Witch should I do?
Which is great for me because my kids love that swill.
I mean, I like classic Scarlet Witch myself, but
You like the classic? The only reason I want to do the Gypsy is just to embarrass Pope.
I'll go with the Gypsy for sure.
Go with the Gypsy.
Yeah.
I just gotta go
Gypsy for the
find.
win.
Okay, so got a lot of messages retracted. Oh my lord. I'm not gonna worry about she's supposed to this is her show. She's supposed to be reading the chat. She doesn't read the chat on her show, right?
No,
Right.
never.
Yeah. Well, we got the
I'm pretty bad about
subscribers
that.
coming in all of a sudden. Hush Girl. What is Hush Girl? Can somebody explain that to me?
I have no idea.
We don't talk
what
about
they're
that.
talking about.
We don't talk about Hush Girl.
I guess we don't
It's in the
talk
name.
about it, I guess.
Okay, now I gotta make sure there's nothing bad on my iPad before I start looking.
Ew,
Okay, I don't-
ew, 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 ew.
Yeah, it's called Amazon.
What were you buying on Amazon?
What? I don't need people to see what the hell I'm looking on Amazon.
That's why I'm concerned. Like, what were you buying on there?
There. Wow, big deal. Art supplies.
So if you buy Wonder Woman stuff on Amazon, is that redundant or appropriate?
Oh, that's funny. Oh man. Okay, Google Images. Oh, you know, going on Google Images is a very bad.
It's very risky.
It's
It's
risky.
very risky.
I'll do this so we don't risk it. You know, Scarlet Witch. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Put on safe search.
I ain't gonna do
That's what
that.
No, that's what I have to do because Pope Raven likes to send me stuff, so I have to make sure safe search is on now.
That's you. I
Of
use
course,
it.
most of what you'll get the first hit will be Elizabeth Olsen pictures.
Well, I put in Scarlet Witch Gypsy. There we go.
Most likely.
Yvonne, what are you wanting to watch? You can pretty much watch anything. Now you will need okay, so on Sunday nights, if you guys are in our Discord, we watch Game of Thrones on Rabbit. So if you guys want to get on that, just join us at like really late Sunday.
I am not involved in that because I don't watch Game of Thrones without my wife.
Yeah, that's probably. See, I forced Booster to watch it, and I actually have my eyes closed for most of the episode, so it's kind of funny.
Why would you have to have your eyes closed for Game of Thrones?
Pope doesn't do zombies. Pope doesn't do naked ladies or naked men. And this season,
How can you not
Does
be
that
watch
does
that?
that mean you're only into never nudes?
no,
Sorry, that was a really bad joke.
I just
Damn.
I don't know. I like to be appropriate. And yeah, my favorite character is Starfire, but even when I buy art of Starfire, it's very covered up, and it's usually a bust.
She's got pants on, right?
Yes, she generally has pants on. She has a jacket on and some pants.
Alrighty.
Hey, there are people wearing far less than that at beaches all across America. And
Speaking
it's
of
considered perfectly normal and okay.
Manny, you need to give Gary your address.
Why?
We can send you the card.
I got the card already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crud, I'm surrounded by boomers.
You know what the funniest part is?
What?
Gary, you have my address because I bought your book.
It's not right to
He had,
to dig for addresses though. From I don't think Gary would do that.
yeah, but he always had my address. He had my address for months.
Mm.
He knew it was me because I bought it on my stream. He came on my stream, and I actually bought his book. And I told him, hey, here you go, Gary. Here, I'm your whatever subscriber. So he already knew. But then again, this is Gary Shipman. He's a very nice guy.
Speaking of Gary's book, you can find Packins Land on Indiegogo, and if you back it, and you message me on Twitter, I will send you a free digital copy of a New Teen Titans book or a Teen Titans Go book, depending on your choice. And you can back it at any stage. It doesn't matter how much you spend money on it. Just support him because he's getting really close to his goal. Plus, he has given me incentive to help him sell his book, and I really like embarrassing people, and I want Rick Law to have that wig.
Did he ever wear the mustache on the show that night?
Let me answer that.
Obviously, he didn't. Did he? Popefire was harassing Gary into wearing a fake mustache onto Drawn and Quartered Pro Edition.
It was his choice. He agreed to it.
So did he do it? She's going to show a picture. Obviously, she's going to show a picture. Oh boy.
The deal was he had to wear a fake mustache and pretend that it was real, and he did.
I was live streaming at the time, so I was not able to watch it, and I forgot to watch it. I just remembered it because of you bringing up Gary Shipman right now. So I should go back and watch it.
All right, so Manny.
Yes.
Hush Girl is exactly what I thought it was. Remember Batman's nemesis, Hush?
Uh-huh.
But a girl. I posted a picture that that Bullet put up on Twitter. I put it in the dog stars so that you could see what the general idea is. But yeah, it's basically Hush, but a girl, and it looks. I'm guessing by the hair that it's Batwoman, Kane, whatever her name is.
Okay. Would he turn into a lesbian?
Like her evil twin.
Come here.
You know, I actually enjoyed the Hush storyline, and on the Xbox DC Universe Online, I've got almost the full get up for Scalpel Zero. She's got her Hush outfit. Because that's when she jumps into battle to cut their lips smooth off.
Where's Starfire? Where's Popefire? Why is she not asking questions of each of us? And what is our favorite Avenger?
Right. We're supposed to be talking about Avengers. We barely talked about Avengers.
Well, if you guys must know, my favorite Marvel character is actually from the X-Men. I really dig the X-Men. I like Nightcrawler, Storm, and Kitty Pryde.
We're talking about Avengers tonight, not X-Men and Marvel.
They've been part of the Avengers. Not Nightcrawler, but Storm has.
Storm is an Avenger now?
Yeah, she was part of the Avengers.
She's been a part of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Storm has been part of the Avengers. You don't know anything.
Everybody's been.
Really? I don't know anything.
You're a fake geek girl.
Storm has been part of the Avengers. Storm has been everywhere because Storm is awesome.
Yeah, because Storm is amazing. But no, if we're talking Avengers, I really like Scarlet Witch, and I like Scarlet Rick. No, I like Scarlet Witch.
Oh, somebody please do that.
Oh, the Scarlet Witch.
I like the original Ant-Man, and then I like
Okay, do you like him as Ant-Man, or do you like him as Goliath, or you like him as Giant Man, or you like him as Yellow Jacket?
I like him as Yellow Jacket. That was the story I read with him.
Yeah.
No, but I like Scarlet Witch because I mostly what I read from Marvel is X-Men, and I really like Scarlet Witch. If we're talking about the movies, I like Gamora. And Scarlet Witch. But if we're talking just the comics, Yeah, that's kind of because everybody at Marvel has been in the Avengers, to be honest. Now I do like Thor because I have been reading a lot more on Thor. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, I actually did read the original Avengers book.
Everybody should like Thor because Thor is amazing.
And who is
He
the
says with a
mysterious voice that I hear?
That
Is
is
it
a
who I
friend
I am, even though my picture is not back to Thor yet, but it will be soon. I am the biggest Thor fan in the world, of course.
Is it the Mighty
He
Ray?
is the Lord of Thunder. He is the Lord of all thunder.
How you doing, Tandero?
I am wonderful. How are you, Manny?
Hey, it's been a while since you've been on this show.
I know you won't ever let me on because you like to take my wrenches away. I see how it is. He takes my wrench away. He doesn't let me on his show anymore. I understand. Hey, I get it. I get it. I get it.
No,
I'm better looking than you. I understand. You're jealous. I get it.
I'm jealous. Oh my Lord.
What's
How
up,
are you doing?
Dendaro?
I am
It's
nothing
Thundero.
much. I was just on the longest movie stream ever with Chester because he and I just started talking about stuff for like 2 hours after the movie was over.
What movie did you guys end up watching?
Death Wish, the
Death Wish.
remake
Oh.
Death Wish with Bruce Willis, and it's fantastic.
Is
I
it
would
good?
recommend it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The remake was good? Because
Yes.
when I was a kid, Charles Bronson, I wanted to grow up and be just as bad A as he was. you
Well,
know?
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody can replace Charles Bronson. He is literally the man. But
Yeah.
Bruce gets as close as you're ever going to see anybody getting near good old Charles.
I remember the tagline for Death Wish. I mean, when I was a kid, it was like, "Don't trust anyone. Don't trust your friends. Don't trust your wife. Don't trust." I was like, "What?" it was a great tagline.
No, it's actually it's a movie that doesn't have the bias in its like liberal bias, I guess you would call it. It's kind of pro Second Amendment, not really, but it's not demonizing of it. And I think that's one of the reasons why the critics just shredded it. Because, they can't take off their glasses for a minute and just watch a movie anymore. Everything has to be through their lens.
Yep. Well, they got to push their agenda. You know what it is.
Oh yeah.
If you're not with them, you ain't gonna get nowhere.
But no, it's really good. I recommend it. It's on Hulu. That's where we watched it at. So if anybody has Hulu, you can watch it on there. It's real good. It's not super long. It does everything it needs to do, and it actually is very good. It's a shame that Eli Roth hasn't directed more movies outside of a couple, because he keeps the continuity of the movie solid the whole way through. The pace stays good.
Yeah.
And there's none of these like weird movie mistakes where that shouldn't happen because of this. There's none of that. It's really good.
Yeah, well, Eli Roth is a good director. I just don't like his films.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. I heard of him, but what is his claim to fame? What is his most famous movie?
Well, probably now it's probably A House with a Clock in Its Walls, but it used to be he used to do a lot of horror movies.
Okay.
And now he's been doing a little bit of everything else. Like House with a Clock in Its Walls, a family movie. That movie, Death Wish, is not a family movie. It's definitely an adult movie.
No, this is a dude who started under Tom Savini, the legendary Tom Savini, and then just like came out onto his own, and he's just been taking names ever since. He's really, really skilled and talented.
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor too. Actually, he's been in a few movies.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. He's one of those guys whose name I would always hear, but I would never know. I'd never recognize him, but he's in a lot of stuff. He's produced a lot of stuff too.
Like his most
I have to say,
recent
I
horror
enjoyed House
film
with the Clock
was
in Its Walls.
Green Hell, I think. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
The one about the cannibals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, House with the Clock in Its Walls is really good too. It's a completely different movie from Death Wish, obviously, but it's
That's fine.
What are you laughing about?
Nothing.
she's evil, chuckling about something. So what are we talking about? We're talking about Avengers.
Avengers.
Silly
but not
question.
Venom.
Who's your favorite Avenger?
What is she cackling about over there?
Exactly. She's weird when she does that.
My favorite Avenger is actually not Thor.
Oh,
My favorite Avenger is because he's my favorite character, Spider-Man. But of the main Avengers, of people, when people think of Avengers, it would be Thor. Because Spider-Man is in there, obviously, but he's more of like he's kind of
yeah.
in there occasionally or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah,
No,
Spider-Man
that's a
is
good choice.
yeah. But Thor's awesome. I really love. I just like obviously I like the lightning and storm aesthetic more than anything. It's one of the reasons I like Storm a lot. It's one of the reasons I like Shazam a lot. Just something that's always appealed to me. So it's one of the
So I
reasons.
can't mute you, but I can do this.
What is she doing? What is she doing? That's so funny. Oh no!
Oh no.
What's happened here?
Oh, she's
I
muted.
have,
She muted me.
I have figured out that I have control power.
I told you that right off the bat. Obviously, you didn't listen to me.
To be fair, I never listened to you.
I was getting ready to
Obviously.
say, to be fair, Pope never listens to anyone.
Yes.
I know. It's like, really, girl? Oh, man.
Hey Manny, did you send me any details on Stuntman?
No, I haven't. I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I've just been stupid, busy,
Well,
and crap.
I've got his action card. I got his trading card penciled in over here. So.
You can show it if you want to.
No, it's just all rough form. There's really nothing to see
Dude,
because I don't know his details.
So,
So it's just a form. It's just a breakdown, is all it is.
dude,
But I think you'll like it. It's very Kirby-esque with some forced perspective, kind of
Dude.
popping out of the card.
just today I did 11 more additional pages to the book.
Outstanding.
I mean, I just did the breakdowns. I mean, I had the breakdowns already, but I had to go put it in the computer. So what I did was I did the, what you call it, the pencil lines, just the thumbnails, blew up the thumbnails. I got to go and redraw everything. So I did all these today, just getting it all done. So I got all that stuff to do.
Well,
But
you hit me up when you need the editor.
It's coming. Well, what I want to do is just pencil it out, send it off to you, and you can tell me what's wrong, what's not working, what's working. Because it's coming along, that's for sure.
Heck yeah.
I mean, dude,
You should show people the awesomeness, the magic of editing again when you have your screen share up again.
So it's like
Oh yeah, you have them out.
I am actually redrawing the whole book, people. Believe it or not. So I mean, this started off months ago. I redrew it all, got the lines cleaner. Yeah. So everything's being redrawn. What you guys see in the blue line, that's the old lines. So I just cleaned it all up, got rid of all the stuff that we don't need.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
I mean, if you saw what this looked like months ago, I mean, all this stuff, I mean, clean lines, that's what I want for this book. Does not have to be super, detailed, more like a Harley Quinn kind of style. So that's what I've been doing.
So, back to the original topic at hand with the Avengers. My favorite Avenger is Hawkeye.
That is also my wife's favorite Avenger. She loves him.
I have
You guys don't have to just say your favorite Avenger. You guys can give the top three, because Avengers is always known as the big three. So if you guys got three, go for it.
I mean, Thor's up there too for me, but Hawkeye, my first Avengers books were the West Coast Avengers, so I was actually a bigger fan of the West Coast Avengers back in the day than the original. So I liked War Machine as well.
Did we ever get to hear what you liked, Trusty?
No, not yet. I'm a big Captain America fan.
Cool.
I've just always liked, the ideal of Captain America. And that's why, even though I don't think it's the best made of the Marvel movies, the first Avenger is my favorite of the Marvel movies.
Interesting.
Hey, Grimlock, your camera's on. I didn't know if you knew that.
It's not supposed to be.
There you go. It just went on. It was awesome.
Now, the Pope is muted. I was going to ask a question. Is she still here? Are you still here, Pope?
She's here. She's lurking somewhere.
He muted me.
Hey, where's we were talking about Gary earlier. Where's Shawnee? She's usually here.
She had work.
Oh,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sometimes people have life, unfortunately.
You know who we need is that filthy, oily bird. Where is the Kiwi?
He is asleep.
No, he's not. He was just on Facebook 1 minute ago. I'm looking
Well,
right
then
at
you
him.
wake him the butt cheek up.
It is a filthy, oily wee burb.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you make him get on.
Yeah,
You,
come on.
you gotta make him get on. He
You
listens
make
to you.
get
No,
on.
he
You
listens
make him
to me
do
more than
whatever.
he does her.
Yeah, he really does. It's actually
That's
kind of
probably
sad.
true. It's kind of true now.
I think it'll work.
So Thundaro is the pants in Popes and Boosters relationship.
Sadly, yes, I am.
So, what is your favorite Avengers? McCrank, McCricklock. What we got in here? I'm not
Grimlock.
looking at the screen.
It's Grimlock.
Grimlock. Who's your favorite
Hulk.
Avengers?
Hulk's a good time. You can't go wrong with
Yeah.
old Hulk.
Hulk is good.
At least of the original group. I just recently started reading some of the Roger Stern's Avengers run.
That's cool.
Yeah,
What
When,
issues were those?
I'm reading the Legacy of Thanos story when Wasp was the leader.
Oh, cool.
How's Wasp as a leader?
Also, well, all right. Since I just started reading this was following the story where Vision was trying to take over the world by linking himself to all the computers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in that storyline, he was the leader, but he had resigned and gave the leadership back to Wasp. So,
Interesting.
Very
What,
yeah,
what year are we talking about for this storyline?
I'm thinking this is from '85.
Damn, I should know this. How come I don't remember it?
Yeah, because the team. This is actually a pretty interesting team. A couple of members I didn't know was Avengers at this time. The team is Wasp, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hercules, Vision, Scarlet Witch, and Star Fox.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Star Fox. Dude, the first I had
And
that
Black
book.
Knight.
I had a book. I had a couple books of that run. I bet because I remember Star Fox being in the Avengers.
Yeah.
And one of the first Avengers books, other than the West Coast Avengers, was one with Star Fox in it.
Hey, wasn't that when Yellow Jacket went to jail and stuff? That series, that run?
I think so.
And they had to go look for new members also. They had the membership drive cover.
Yes,
It was around that time, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the cover from the first issue and it says 85.
Damn.
$1985. I would have been a literal infant.
Manny would have been 20.
I was a sophomore at University of Hawaii, taking art classes. Yeah,
I mean, I was a kid.
Cool.
yeah. I was working at McDonald's. My first job. What's weird is my first job is kind of close to where I work now. Not very
But nowhere
far.
near what you do.
What?
I
Was that?
said, but nowhere near what you do.
Yeah, nowhere near what I do now, but it's very close. My jobs are very close. It's weird that my very first job, and I ended up with a career at this other place. Yeah, very close.
You know, the thing I found weird when I went to Hawaii was how uh, your McDonald's has a dollar menu, but they don't advertise it.
Yep. And we have Saimin there too. So if you want to
Yeah.
eat ramen, you can eat ramen at McDonald's.
Right, yeah.
Boy,
That was weird also.
They have McRamen. But
McRamen.
yeah,
McRamen.
it's called Saimin. We call it Saimin here. We don't call it
Ah.
ramen. I mean, there is ramen houses, but usually, growing up, we all call it Saimin.
So, what is other than Thanos? What other villains does everybody like? Like, what's the best villain for the Avengers in your opinion?
Taskmaster was awesome.
Oh yeah. I like Taskmaster.
And the real Taskmaster, not the new Taskmaster that they got that Captain America defeated in 3 freaking pages. You do not defeat Taskmaster in 3 pages.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Taskmaster
Yeah,
is
he's
badass.
he's a formidable foe, not a
I mean,
3-page fight.
And I hate to say it, but the Deathstroke, the Terminator, was a direct copy of Taskmaster. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, they were created like within the same year by the same person, same color scheme, pretty much same powers.
My villain of choice is Kang.
Kang's a good one.
Kang's awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see him show up in film.
that was actually going to be the next Avengers story that I was going to look up.
You guys remember the Korvac saga?
Yeah, a little bit of that. I've read some
Yeah.
of that.
That's one of my favorite storylines.
I was going to look up the Once and Future Kang trade.
Yep. I mean, obviously, Doctor Doom is a good villain for the Avengers too.
Yeah, but he's not a. That's the thing. Doom is an awesome villain, but he's not a. Do we really consider him a Avengers villain?
He's an everybody villain.
Oh,
Yeah, he pretty much is.
He's the Marvel villain. That's just
He's
it.
the quintessential Marvel villain.
Yeah, he's the real big bad of Marvel. Let's be
I
honest.
thought he was a skunk girl. I'm not skunk girl, squirrel girl villain. Sorry.
That's just retarded. Do not defeat Doctor Doom that way. Did we get everybody's favorite Avengers? Did we go around the room? Don't want to slight anybody. You know, this is Good Dog Press. This is not Popefire, which she slights a lot of people when they're on the show.
I forget sometimes, okay?
You don't go around the room. You just leave people hanging. You pick on one person and you talk to that one person the whole freaking 2 hours.
I get distracted.
Oh, it's like you gotta go around the room. You gotta spread the love.
Should I tell the secret there, Pope? Our little Pope is playing a video game right now. That's why she's
Obviously, obviously.
I get
You were. I seen it pop up. You can't lie to me.
She's just like Booster when Booster's on Chester's show. Every time they ask Booster a question, he's like, huh, what, huh? He's like, get off your damn. Oh, when you're playing a game, Booster.
I'm not playing.
Oh, come on, Manny.
Why would Pope be playing a game?
Because
That's ridiculous.
That's what Pope does. I even know what game Pope is playing.
Oh, what? No,
Overwatch.
Pope's not.
Tell us.
Yeah, let's
Can't
see.
be Overwatch.
No, am I yelling? Am I yelling right now? Do you think I'm playing Overwatch? Like, no. If I'm playing Overwatch, you know I was playing Overwatch.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be
no.
Overwatch.
That's not true because she has that little maniacal laugh. She's done something foul in that game too.
I was laughing because I muted a whole bunch of people.
I wonder if anybody can guess what game she's playing. I don't think anybody will. Especially knowing her. If you know her, it's kind of surprising.
Candy Crush.
Cooking Mama?
Oh.
Kerbal Space Program.
That basic. Jeez.
Mortal
This game is a
Kombat.
masterpiece.
The
No.
game is a masterpiece. I'm not disagreeing.
Don't call this game basic.
No,
Basic.
I'm
Dead or
saying
Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball?
I said Candy Crush is basic, not what you're playing. No, not that.
Leisure Suit Larry 3.
I asked a bunch of dirty old men. They went right to the
Let's
dirty.
see. If it's not Overwatch and Killing the Floor, I'm betting Borderlands.
Well, you're closer, but no, it's not that.
Oh,
What could it be?
It's a
It's
Star
not a-
Wars game.
oh.
Battlefront?
Really?
No, I wish I was playing Battlefront. I love Battlefront.
Old Republic?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Coach.
really?
That's a great game.
What
First
server are
one-
you
the
on?
first one even. No, she's playing Knights of the Old Republic, the first one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great
The
game.
first one.
It is a great game.
Aw, dang it, is great. The least is she in this game?
Who?
The a voice
Oh, I
a
don't
voice
know.
actress. I don't like her.
Well, a lot of the people in that game you can kill, so there you go. Just kill her. Be all right.
Yeah.
Man, see what happens when she doesn't have to host the show. She just slacks.
No, she does that when she hosts the
I've
show.
had
Yeah.
a pretty stressful day, okay?
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Don't hurt my heart.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna hurt it with this fist in a minute.
Does she have a heart? She has a black
The jury's out on whether or not she has a heart, to be
How do
honest.
I get a
know.
lightsaber?
Yeah,
We're
eventually.
still
No, I
not
want one
decided
eventually.
on
I
that
want
one
one
yet.
now.
This is why I'm surprised you're playing that game. And that's the exact reason.
Like, you want a lightsaber early on? You got to play Coder 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Coder 1, you're not getting a lightsaber until just about the big reveal.
Yeah, you gotta work for it.
About 25% of the way into the game, probably, or so.
Did you guys ever play Force Unleashed?
I did.
I got both of them.
Yes, I
Dude,
did.
it was so awesome when you get to play with Darth Vader. The very first thing that you play in the game, and you're like, "Oh, this is awesome game!" And all of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, what happened to Darth Vader?" it was like I was just throwing people off the damn side of the mountain and stuff.
Don't curse on the stream, Poe.
What did she say?
She was mocking you for cursing.
What
At least
did I
you didn't say the S word.
What did I
You
say?
don't say the S word on Manny's channel.
You said, damn.
Oh, damn. Damn you.
Damn, damn.
He even did it with the right tone and inflection. That was great.
I haven't seen that show since I was a kid, and it's I love that show. I watch that stuff.
They have a channel called Antenna. I think it's Antenna TV or Me TV. It's over the air
MeTV,
channel that
MeTV.
plays that still plays the reruns.
Yes, Me TV.
Oh, that's so awesome. I can
Yeah.
have that stuff playing in the background when I'm like working and stuff.
They do Mystery Science Theater 3000 on there too.
Yeah.
So, we were kind of talking about Avengers villains in the movies. I'm not going to spoil anything, by the way, when we say this. But do you guys think after Thanos, who do you think they're going to go to, if they even go to one of the big villains, the Avengers?
I honestly think that they should build up for Secret Wars, and they shouldn't reveal who the big bad guy is until they're actually like doing the first Secret Wars movie itself, which should be a trilogy.
Interesting.
And then they reveal the Beyonder, and of course, they're going to have to do a Fantastic Four movie because they have to introduce the Fantastic Four, because they have to introduce Thing, and they have to introduce Doctor Doom, two pivotal storylines that come out of Secret Wars.
Yeah.
The Thing getting split into being just Ben Grimm and being the Thing, and that whole convoluted, crazy storyline that was actually kind of fun to follow. Like that could make for some good, Netflix entertainment.
I'm gonna bet on Doctor Doom because knowing the predictability of Hollywood studios, they're gonna go for the one with the most name recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Probably.
yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have about 5 years of no real build to the next movie. Because they have to, they have a bunch of
They gotta
movies
reshuffle the deck.
Yeah, they have a bunch of new movies, like the Spider-Man movies are going to come out. You're going to get another Doctor Strange movie, probably another Captain Marvel, another Black Panther. You know, those they have to build those properties up a little bit before they go into a new Avengers. I would assume is the plan, but you never know. So it could be, almost a decade before you get the next Avengers movie. So there's no
So
telling what they build up between now and then.
Here's my question. Without spoiling things, as powerful as Captain Marvel is, who can go toe to toe with her?
Full Marvel.
Literally, Marvel's God. That's
Right.
Because Captain Marvel, can she be harmed by telekinesis? I mean, not telepathy.
Telepathy.
That's a good one. That's a good point.
Yeah, no, I think Scarlet Witch could take her. I
Yeah,
think
Scarlet
Scarlet
Witch.
Witch is the most underrated character in the MCU.
Well, I mean, any character that can bend reality should be instantly seen as more powerful.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, as much as we didn't like the whole storyline that came out, a lot of us didn't like the storyline where Scarlet Witch goes crazy and zaps away the mutants and all that stuff. That was actually not bad as far as like the possibility of her abilities, because there's these things in physics called strangelets, right? I'm not going to get into the particulars of it, but they're really bad because they're strange matter, and anything they touch turns the other thing into strange matter, which it's touching something, so it turns into strange matter, and it just cascades. So if she could like alter the fabric of reality in such a way like that, yeah, it would have a cascading effect, and it would just be run away. All it would have to be is significantly powerful at its source. She wouldn't have to affect the world for nothing. Her local reality would be so altered that it would just ripple right out. Whoop. It's like strange matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think she's one of the scariest people in the entire MCU.
Well, she is, for sure.
But to me, I've always thought one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Universe was Professor X. I mean, the speed of thought. The speed of thought is more powerful than anything else. So if you can be harmed by telepathy, you're done.
Do you think that they should go into the mutants now, or should they wait a little while before they get into the mutants?
Wait.
Yeah, they should wait and let
They need
Image.
the Fantastic Four in there. They need to bring that in, and it needs to be one of their flagships.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's really bad that the best Fantastic Four movie I've seen to date was the one they never released.
Roger Corman.
And it's terrible. It's terrible, but it's the most Fantastic Four movie I've ever seen.
Well, I would say the very first Fantastic Four wasn't bad. They did have some elements in there.
Well, I'm not saying that the Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis one was bad.
That's the thing is, Jessica Alba was not the Invisible Woman. That was miscast. That was horrible.
Well, if they were gonna change up her ethnicity, they needed to change Johnny's ethnicity too, and that should have been done. Chris Evans never should have been Johnny, because I could watch Jessica Alba run around in a suit all day. I'm gonna take the man pig on that one, but I could eat a peach for days. You know what I'm saying?
I think they messed up the movie because they completely messed up Doom and
yes.
Yeah.
Julie, whatever was completely miscast as Doom. You don't have a Doom with that weeny little voice.
It wasn't just a miscast. The portrayal too was even worse.
My favorite Doom reveal was that he had a kind of a small scratch that he could have a small scar that he could have easily gotten rid of with some plastic surgery underneath that mask. And he was hiding it, and he wasn't all like, and then he, like, later, of course, when he got fused to his mask, that he wasn't pretty anymore after that. But up until that point, dude, he was angry at Reed Richards for a tiny little scratch, dude. The guy was unbalanced.
Oh yeah,
privileged,
completely.
people want a villain, to rail against privileged type stuff. Dude, the dude's royalty, right? You don't get more privilege than aristocracy. He's entitled to people should automatically praise him. He has an inflated sense of self-worth that's given with that privilege. Of all those servants kowtowing to him for all those years that he grew up. They've never presented him properly. They're like, oh, he's a business guy. He a business guy. He a smart nerd. That's what he is. No, the dude, yes, he's brilliant. And yes, he is incredibly good at business. But then again, most aristocracy are. The Queen of England is the richest landowner in the world. Right? Dr. Doom owns an entire country. Like, there are no property rights in Latveria. There are only rights that you are given are the ones that Doom gives you. Just be thankful that the crime rate is nearly absolutely zero.
Right.
He's never been. He's my absolute favorite villain of all time.
Yeah, he was good. And George Perez copied him and made him into Darth Vader. I mean, not George Perez, George Lucas.
Right?
The same, pretty much the same origin.
Yep.
Sorcerer with the, mechanical stuff.
Well, yeah, he was a guy who wasn't afraid to think outside the box. If he wasn't such a petty, vindictive little bitch, then he could have been greater than Reed Richards. He could have put him to shame. He could have put every creator to shame. He made Tony Stark look like an idiot if he wasn't just so power hungry and trying. And he has this sense. It's all to save humanity. It's all to save his country. It all comes back to his homeland. The dude is a patriot. Looking at you, Putin.
That's such a funny name.
Putin.
But yeah, you see, like he is a bad guy, but he is not the bad guy.
Thank you, Zangief.
I think, as I have Avengers head in my hand,
Dude.
I could crush Avengers head like Sparrow's egg.
To his people, he's a hero.
Yeah. Oh, they love him because they live in a crime-free country with a booming tech-based economy, very export-based. I'll dig it up, but The Economist did an April Fool's article years ago on the economic stability of Latveria. And it's a beautiful, beautiful article because it's like, oh my goodness, man.
Oprah's not doing her job. Joel, what you're supposed to be doing when tanks start getting on a roll, go white box somebody.
That's right.
Do your job, girl.
No.
Oh, what a little brat.
Yeah.
Mrs.
So,
Doom.
yeah, I like Doom. But as far as like Avengers bad guys, that's always a tough one because they always they took on everything.
Yep.
They were kind of like, well, the home team can't deal with it. Time to call the Avengers. Oh, Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four can't deal with Galactus. Gotta call the Avengers. Oh, Dr. Doom's on a rampage again. Better call the Avengers.
Well,
look, a nihilist. He's free from the negative zone.
That would be a great villain to use too.
He's an awesome villain.
Dude, he should. They've done Doom every single time for every single one of those stupid Fantastic Four movies as the villain.
Let's have.
I would just like to see a nihilist just once.
I like
and have-
Fin Fang Foom.
Fin Fang.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I like him.
that's a good choice too.
Terrible name, awesome villain.
I just hope, or I know this won't happen, but I would love for them to do the Fantastic Four, but just don't bother giving us another origin story. Just dump them in there.
Right? Give it as a news blurb for the people who don't know. Little exposition is not going to kill you on this one.
Right. Have
So
them have been missing in the negative zone for a while, and then boom, they find a way back and go from there.
That's what I was going to say. I'd actually like to see a Fantastic Four movie set in the time that the Fantastic Four started in. So instead of doing it in a modern setting, going back and doing it in the 50s.
Ooh, that would be kind of cool.
Okay, okay. So, question: if you're gonna do that, Namor as the villain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I thought Namor was like a hero type.
No, he's a villain. He was a villain.
Really?
To start.
Yeah, he was a villain when he started.
What's
Yeah.
upsetting me is
It's been
Marvel.
forever since I've read him.
The Marvel universe is using all the Fantastic Four villains in all these other stories without the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Claw,
If
Skrulls. Like seriously,
yeah,
where's the Fantastic Four?
my first reading of Namor was the Marvels book by Busiek and Alex Ross. Namor was awesome in that.
Yes, he was.
Well, it's because they're mad at Fox. Like they're
And actually, you can also use him as the villain to backdoor the X-Men, because it was Xavier's family that helped with the devastation of New York after Namor flooded it.
Yes.
Well, I think that they're going to throw a curveball at us, and probably, if they do another big bad, it'll probably be Galactus, but it won't be until they establish the Fantastic Four and the X-Men in the MCU, which they're going to do, but they're probably not going to do that for about 5 years or so, I guess is the plan. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to retcon in mutants. They're just there suddenly. But I think that would be, I mean, anywhere you go to after Thanos is down. They just are. And that's a shame, but the only one that has, I think, the name recognition outside of people who know that Doctor Doom's the man is Galactus. Most people know who Galactus is when you mention him, or they can pick him out when they see him, because he's got such a ridiculously awesome character design. So that's who I would think they're going to go with, but they could make up a villain for all we know.
See,
there's really...
I was just... Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say that like Galactus would be a good would be really good for the crossover villain.
Yeah.
As well.
It could do like an actual Civil War, but
that would be nice. But I like the idea of the Fantastic Four, returning from the negative zone, like opening up with like some media blurb or something like that. And I like that idea because then the Nihilist can escape. And I always liked him because he's just clown shoes. He's so over the top.
Did you read Annihilation?
Yeah, no, he just wants to destroy everything. That's why the negative zone's a pile of rubble.
My first experience with Annihilus is Annihilation.
Okay, that was a good start.
Yeah. That's how I became a fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
He's got winged baddies and everything.
I mean, he's got
Marvel could show the DC universe how to make a cool, scary winged baddie. Because those parademons in
I think
Justice League.
Thundaro's probably on the mark. There's allusions to the idea that Galactus might be a bad guy to show up at some point. With
I wouldn't be shocked.
Celestials in the past. And yeah.
What I would do, if I had control of it and we were bringing in the Fantastic Four, I would do exactly what you guys are saying. It would be set in the late 50s, early 60s. Somehow they would get blasted out of time and space. And when they come back, Galactus would be showed up for whatever reason, and then you would have the Avengers and them take on Galactus. And if they have the X-Men around, throw them in there too, because he's freaking Galactus. They're going to need everybody. You don't have to do necessarily like they've done with Thanos, with this big build-up of these little breadcrumbs here or there. You can just, okay, he's here now. We got to deal with it. and give it a movie or two and deal with it and get rid of it.
Well, look, Earth was unknown on the cosmic scale for a while, right? But because of Thanos and everything that's happened with him and Captain Marvel and all that, Earth's going to be shown up on the cosmic scale, which gives Galactus. This is just
Incentive.
theory, and it's like the beacon. He's like, oh, there's this planet over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Galactus hungers.
Everybody's going to be looking at Earth now.
And honestly, you wouldn't have to have Silver Surfer. You could have many of his other
But you
heroes.
need Silver Surfer.
See, there's a build up to Galactus. You can have problems with the Skrulls. You can have problems with the Kree. You can introduce the Shi'ar. And just when you think you've gotten through everything, Galactus hungers.
Yeah, you don't have to. This is the thing. With Thanos, they did a great job. They made him a great villain as a character. He's a great character. They don't have to do that with Galactus. He is beyond. We don't need to understand Galactus. His motivation is that he's hungry. That's his motivation.
Yep.
He
Honestly,
can just be that.
Yeah, no, he is best without his origin story. He is best left to be a mysterious force of nature, a remnant of a previous incarnation of the universe. Nothing more needs to be said. He hungers. That's what's important.
Yep. Make him an unstoppable force that they have to deal with. And I would even have them run into him off Earth, because they've established now that they're a cosmic group, with Infinity War especially, fighting Thanos all over the galaxy. So they need to, if they're going to bring him in, that's what I would do. It would be off Earth. He would be devouring some planet that we've been to in one of the other movies.
Yeah, the Guardians can be the advanced party on that.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I would even have lose like they did to Thanos. If they're gonna, he needs to be seen that there's stakes involved. He needs to they need to show him dominating and being near unstoppable.
It would be a good way to release the actors who would like to move on to something else as well, because they could die gruesomely.
Right. Give us a nice, gruesome, satisfying death where they get absorbed by Galactus.
Heroic and make the audience cry. Oh, that would be good.
But not the characters I like.
Well, whichever actors want to move on.
I think a lot of the female actors are kind of wanting to move on with Captain Marvel coming in, because a lot of them don't seem very happy. Which sucks.
Yes.
Well, just like when Captain Marvel, when Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel came around, they found that that their jobs were being taken by a white woman. I'm just saying, I'm a Monica Rambeau purist. I think that when the blonde pretty boy stepped down from being Captain Marvel, he should have handed it back to Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. Best Captain Marvel ever. Just saying.
I would agree.
That's why I'm not interested in the movie. I don't care about Brie Larson. I don't care about all the whinging that the Marvel actors have been doing.
But at the same time, do we really want to watch Captain Marvel just curb stomp Galactus? Because got a feeling we'd probably that's probably what happened.
Well, I mean, if we had the Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel, she wouldn't be able to do that. But this Captain Marvel, she's going to do it, because.
Yeah, as powerful as they've made this Captain Marvel, as powerful as they've made her, they would have to knock her out somehow.
Which is
She's
funny
a
because
dyke-looking Starfire. That's all she is.
Yeah, it's just funny because she has such a basic power set. I don't understand how are they trying to advertise her as being this powerful. She is basic as hell.
But here's the thing: they've made her more powerful than Superman, and almost because Superman actually has flaws. Superman actually has weaknesses.
Yeah, but Superman's also the Swiss Army knife of superheroes too.
Name other than Rogue, name Captain Marvel's weakness.
Yeah. Galactus, I guess you could say he could drain her power.
Being told to smile.
That would be the only
being
way,
happy and cheerful. That would be.
That would be the only way to take her out, is to drain her power somehow.
Yeah. So I mean, Galactus could work if they went that angle and they had him drain her, knock her out of the fight, basically. I don't know. I just I have very little faith.
He could eat her.
No, I
Okay.
think that garbage Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers Captain Marvel is garbage. It is garbage. It is garbage. It is trash.
Yeah, she is.
And I think that that if they continue to emphasize on that character, it's going to sink the franchise because it's a flat character
for
done performed by a flat actor.
Man, the
Literally a
lifeboat's
flat actor.
The thing is, Marvel has no Wonder Woman. That's
Well,
the
they
thing.
did with
Desperately
Storm. They don't
want
have
Wonder Woman.
them.
They don't. Yeah, they don't. Well,
They don't
believe
have their
me,
best female characters. Because let's be honest, the Marvel's best female characters have always been from like X-Men.
She's a day old saltine. She's 2-dimensional, stale, and a salty cracker.
Yeah.
The problem is while we don't like it, normies do, and they'll go and throw money at it. I mean, look how
I don't
much
even.
they throw
I don't
at
even think.
Transformers.
I don't even think normies
No, they do.
like her all that much.
Yes,
No, they do. They do.
Dude.
They fall for the hype. The same people who
Oh,
fell
yeah,
for
they do.
John Cena for 10 years.
Yeah,
They
but
fall for
look,
the hype.
okay, even
No,
even
that was
Transformers
women
is
and
doing
children.
worse.
Yeah, who do you think's gonna go see this movie? Women
Okay,
and
but-
children.
Okay,
No,
okay, but remember, as a
Transformers is
boy, who
even
wants to go
suffering.
watch? As a 12-year-old boy, are you willing to go watch a woman that looks like you?
Okay, dude. All I gotta say is when she showed up in the film, my entire theater was cheering. Like I felt like I was the only person that didn't cheer.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh
People
yeah.
fall for the hype.
But look, even Transformers, which is the most overhyped series there is, that it's losing its fan base. So over time, it does happen. People wise up. That's the thing is it's just gonna take a bit, and then everybody's gonna go like, okay, yeah, we showed it to them incels. Time to stop wasting our money on it.
They're gonna get tired of her beating everything with a blink of an eyebrow. I mean,
Have you seen Endgame?
I'm not
Yeah.
watching
No.
it because she's in it.
Well, don't look. She's
That-
barely in it.
Yes,
Okay.
it
It's
is.
the fact that she's in it.
Don't let that keep you from watching it because it's a great movie.
It's my Tom
Ah,
Cruise
it's not
rule.
It's not a great movie, but it's fine.
Well, like I said earlier, I'm not super critical about movies.
Well, for me, I have what I call the Tom Cruise rule because I despise him too. If there's somebody that I really don't like in the movie, that's a deal breaker.
Tom Cruise.
Got it.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, we have about 10 minutes left before we have to close out.
Yeah, like I wanted
What?
to see The Secret Life of Pets until I found out
What are
that
you
Kevin Hart
talking
was doing a voice
What
in
are you
it.
talking about? We're going to close out in 10 minutes.
Okay, at the
Secret Life of
altars,
Pets
do
was
not
not
go
good.
past 2 hours.
Yeah,
That's
but this
a-
is Manny's stream.
Yeah, we on many time.
It's like if you want to leave,
Pope wants to go to bed.
well, you
Pope,
leave,
you can go to bed.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's going to be the
Alright.
high.
Just switch over to after party mode.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, we got it covered.
we got it covered. Don't worry about it.
Oh, going to bed.
You know, if you
Good night,
think
Pope.
about it, I mean, I'm not going to rush the artists if they're still working, if agents still working, and I'm
All of you freaking people, hurry up. I'll rush all of them. It's fine.
oh my lord.
You
Have
guys,
you been reading your chat?
no.
Why not?
Why?
That's part of the.
How do? Okay, Cat's here. Hello, Cat. The Bullet's here. Joshua's shoes.
Oh my god.
Shabby is not on because Shabby is sleeping because he's a little bitch boy. Bullet is here again. Eagle here. Welcome to Popefire's second channel. Good Dog Press. Exactly. Too bad he doesn't recognize that. I think it would benefit him greatly if he just called himself Second Popefire.
Why would I do that and lose my viewership?
Hey, I mean, I got Gary Shipman close to $1,000 now, so I'm not that bad.
Okay. How many dislikes do I have? Oh, I have a dislike.
No, that's from Pope Raven. Pope Raven does that to hurt my feelings.
One dislike.
Well, I got 2 dislikes last night on my stream, so.
I wasn't on your stream last night.
Oh, darn it. I
Yeah,
can't
it
believe
wasn't me.
Oh.
Alright, I'm going to bed. Pope Raven,
Good night.
don't dislike his videos. You can dislike mine, but don't dislike his, you jerk. Alright, night, guys.
Good night. Oh,
Like,
damn YouTube star. Come onto this show and start playing video games. What crap. Okay, so
And
now I
then
got control again. Now we can do it. Trying to be nice and be quiet and let her run her show, but she wasn't doing that good of a job playing a damn video game.
Dang it, I
Uh,
was muted the whole time.
This
did
is
she
how he
mute
runs
you?
the show.
Damn it.
No, I probably muted myself.
All right. I don't know how we got into all these villain talking and talking about all the Fantastic Four stuff. And I'd love to see Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe, but make sure they do it right. Not
Hmm.
that abomination of the very last movie that they did.
oh god,
Oh,
What movie? I didn't even see that movie.
oh,
Oh, that was a
don't waste
train
your,
wreck.
yeah, don't waste your time. Is this abomination that had nothing to do with the Fantastic Four?
Yeah,
If you
when you stray
want,
too far from the source material, you alienate the people that you need to go see the movie multiple times.
if you want to know how not to write a script, watch that movie.
Yeah, it's like,
It was absolutely awful.
I
I mean, the
hate-
movie
I
didn't
hate
even really
that.
start till about 2/3 of the way in.
Oof.
dude,
I'm not even joking.
the
I'm not
trailer-
exaggerating.
the trailer looked so
It's like-
awesome. You thought the thing was gonna be such a big part of this movie, and like,
Nah, everything in the trailer takes place in like the last 15 minutes in the movie.
Yeah. it's like the trailer was awesome. The movie was horrible.
It wasn't Fantastic Four. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't Fantastic
We
Four.
are joined by a night pope. We lose one pope and we gain another. Hello,
we got-
night
Really?
pope.
Yay, popes.
I saw the link and I was like, there's a link. I should click on
And,
it.
and
It's the
guess
link.
what?
Click it.
I've got to turn her up. She's kind of quiet.
She's a quiet girl.
I'll just click on it.
That's funny coming from her.
It's like choose your own
considering
adventure.
she always picks on me about being too quiet. Night Pope was scared of me last night, though.
Why?
Because my rant about
He
Avengers.
never
Well, guess what, Night Pope? You're on my channel now, so you're not going to get kicked. All right?
yelled. Okay.
You get to hang with us.
I'm
What I
kicking
will
her right
do-
now. It's just not working.
What I will do really quickly is go onto my computer because I was not aware this was live when I hopped on my phone. So I'll be back in less than a minute.
All right.
Alright.
Manny, you got to double check and make sure you see who's white box because
Oh, you know what it
Popefire's
is?
left.
That's why I don't like giving people control, because a person when they leave, when they go away, whatever it defaults. It sucks. I hate that.
You can always give me control.
You will get control, dude. Yeah. Yeah, so she left. So whatever control she had defaults. Yeah, damn it. There you go. Thank. So whoever's working, white box them, you know. Or once in a while let it roam the audience. I mean roam the panel.
Hi, Joshua. Chat.
Cool. Anybody?
All right.
If there's anything in the chat you guys want to talk about, I mean, let me go see the chat. She did a bad job of that. Let's go see who's in the chat. I mean, you gotta always say who's in the chat. You know, make them feel comfortable. I'm sorry, people. Let me go back at least 20 minutes. Get you guys all up to date. We got
It
Bullet.
makes you appreciate. It makes you appreciate what a good job E. Ortiz does.
ERTs and what a good job I do too when ERTs is not around.
Manny, too.
Yeah.
Manny's good
Come on. All right, so Cat's out there saying, Bullet, I got to keep the pressure. I don't know why. Where is Shabby? SJW Joshua saying, Eagle 43 says, Cat should draw a Quiet Girl, a parody of Hush Girl. Cool. Cat is still here. Hill Cat said Joshua Shoes. I love Joshua Shoes. Bullet said, can we get Adrian a Red Bull? Adrian, do you need a Red Bull? Okay.
No, I don't need a Red Bull.
Eagle 43 says, make Joshua's great again. Give him ideas for new Joshuas. Yeah, they're talking about Fing Fang Foom, Mandela Effect. All right. Jacob is working. Yeah, we know. Who's Hush Girl? We said Hush Girl is just a female version of Hush. What else is pretty cool? I don't know why, but Bullet is saying hurry up and wait. Eagle 43 wants Galactus to eat everyone in the end credit scene. Interesting. We want the Inhumans. Eagle 43 wants the Inhumans in there. Notice it all goes back to the Fantastic Four. Without the Fantastic Four,
Inhumans can't happen.
Yeah, without the Fantastic Four, Marvel is kind of doesn't have the heart. That's the heart of Marvel. Now we got a hero click, Joshua. How do the Avengers usually practice in the comics? Because from what I've seen, you can't defeat him physically. You have to find a way to make him leave Earth or something. Well, hero click,
Yeah,
Joshua,
pretty much.
Yeah.
not really. Go
They
read.
distract him with a squirrel somewhere in another galaxy.
Well, go watch some. Go read some John Byrne Galactus story where Reed Richards pretty much they killed Galactus. They could have killed him, but they saved him. And Reed Richards.
Oh yeah, when he was dying. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Reed Richards went on trial for that. Yeah, no.
They wanted.
Yep.
Manny, I can't white box people. It won't let me. I'm on my phone.
Okay. Well, it's
I
going
tried.
around. It's going around the room now, so it's not too bad. It's not like it's white box on one person. Whoever's talking, it seems to be going around the room. Hopefully, I'm looking at my iPad. I see it bouncing all over, which is cool. All right. Hero clicks Joshua saying goodnight to Popefire. Everybody's saying kick Popefire. Eagle 43 said the chat was ignored. Yes, because Popefire, this was supposed to be her show. She was supposed to be reading the chat. So many messages lost in the sands of time. Yes, I understand that, Eagle 43. So I'm trying to keep up. Pope Raven says she does not dislike Manny. He is a great person, unlike Popefire. Yeah. So this is Night Pope. I've heard so much about you, Cat R said. That's cool. First time she's seen Night Pope. Usually Night Pope is not here for very long. She usually gets kicked. But she will stay
I know
here for a while.
Saturdays are the day I don't get to stay around.
If we let her
Well, now you
stay
do.
too long, she may get used to it and expect more.
Joshua Shoes is trying to make trouble with Cat, saying Cat is protective of her territory.
Cats usually are.
Oh, my lord.
She is a cat, after all.
Joshua has talked a lot about her. Talking about you, Night Pope.
Yeah, he's in love with her.
Yeah, Eagle 43 says, wait, someone who knows the chat exists has arrived. Yeah. I took a break from drawing and said, you know what? Poor chat. I mean, you got to keep the chat happy. If you don't keep the chat happy, they leave. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are pretty much caught up because Pope Raven was being naughty, telling me to, Cat said to kick Night Pope. We're not going to do that to her. And Bullet
Because I'm finally getting treated right.
yeah. And then Bullet is saying, I think Cat would beat Night Pope, and Cat says, I can beat most people. Cat, you got to get away from that other guy that's turning you bad. You're supposed to be a nice person. Don't be influenced by that person. We all know who we're talking about. Don't be influenced by him. Be a good person. Be a good dog. Be a good person. Be a good cat. All right. So we are caught up with the chat. And Night Pope, tell everybody who you are and what you do and what's your favorite Avenger, because this is pretty much the first time you've been on my show. Good dog.
I'm Night Pope. I used to be called Wasp, so I guess that answers your question. And then I think it was I forget. I don't want to mix up the artist, but Pope gave me a commission of Nightstar, and so I figured I better change my name to Night Pope if I was going to have that as my picture. And so I became Night Pope, and I could have gone like Popefire. I could have gone Pope Knight, but that just sounded weird, so I went with Night Pope, which actually fits because if you look at Nightstar's name in the comics, it is also reversed. Instead of being Nightfire, it's Nightstar. Instead of what it usually is, like Blackfire, Starfire.
So she bullied you into having an avatar. That's what I got out of that. When it's all boils down to Popefire bullied you. right?
Well,
Well, yeah.
and she gave me another piece of artwork. She kind of feels bad about bullying me, so she just gives me artwork. But it's fine because after she bullies me, I just go and I bully Booster, and it's kind of like a nice cycle of bullying.
Yeah, you see, Cat, Night Pope is our infiltrator of the liberal college system.
Hughes would like to know if I have convinced Booster to join yet. No, Booster is being a normie and going to see Endgame right now.
Yes,
That's
he
where
is.
he's at.
That's
Full on normie tier Booster Kiwi right now.
Wow.
He's gonna cry.
He's
Right.
he's not gonna enjoy it.
Well, I will not be paying $30 to go see that female dog's face.
Female dog face. Wow.
Woo!
I don't
Spicy.
like to swear, but I could say something that rhymes with poor, or something that rhymes with punch, or something along the lines of that.
Well, her and my wife are in the same company because as soon as she saw her, she went, "Oh, really? This bee?" She goes, "Why is she in this movie?" She was so mad.
Because it became part of the contract after Kevin Feige slept with her.
So, Manny, if you ever wanted to know what our Discord sound like, this is pretty much it.
I just realized I did put the link in the doghouse. So guess who's in the doghouse? So she could actually appear on this panel too if she wanted to.
A Miss Cat?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I just
know.
put the doghouse and the dog stars.
Cat won't come on here. I'm on here. She's
Yeah.
scared of me. That's what it is.
Well, she
Scared.
won't come on here because somebody else is not up on here. She only goes on those streams.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Oh. They don't
Hubba,
know.
hubba. Intrigue and mystery.
Okay. Now what's so funny?
Night Pope is better
no,
than
my wife
everyone
telling me
except
be
the
nice.
Popefire.
Really?
Popefire ranks above Night Pope, but Night Pope is above everyone else.
We'll let you keep
She
saying.
said, Cat said model isn't on, so she can't go on.
Oh.
My wife just yelled at me and said, "Be nice." I'm like, really?
Don't worry, it's fine. No one's nice to me, so it's okay.
No one's nice to you. Yeah, we're all so mean to you, you poor thing.
Okay, Pope's not really nice to me, but correction.
Have you had a meme yet done of you? Put your head on something really bad? Like she's done to me many times.
She's been smart enough to hide her face, so no one has a picture of her face. So yeah, they can't do it to her. They can do it to Avenger, I guess.
We have
They
a
can do
picture.
that part, but no one. Even the people who know what I look like, right after I send the picture, I instantly delete it. So they've seen it. They just can't.
Man.
They just can't take it.
So you never said who your favorite Avenger was and why.
I kind of said so far of what I've seen, probably Wasp, because ADHD is entertaining.
What? Why?
Well, the main place that I've seen Wasp and kind of like, because I was never too much into the comics, was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes cartoon.
Okay.
And she was adorable in that.
That really wasn't the Wasp, that's for sure.
I'm saying she was adorable.
When they first made the Wasp way back, I mean, she was kind of like a little stuck-up little kid, rich girl. But then by the
Yeah.
time I started to read her, she was really sophisticated, smart. You know, been through a lot of hell with the Yellow Jacket. So she was actually a really good character when I started to
Yeah.
read. Yeah.
In Avengers Mightiest Heroes, she was killed still kind of that stuck up. Not exactly stuck up, but let's just say it was a very interesting relationship dynamic with her and Hank because she kind of wanted to be an Avenger and he was just like, "Can I not be an Avenger?" And she was like, "It will be fun."
Yeah. I actually liked Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I thought that was one of the best cartoons they've done in years.
Yeah, it had my favorite of at least on film or cartoon. It had my favorite Captain America scene. And that's the one with Spider-Man after the Skrull invasion. If you remember that
yes.
one.
Yes, I do.
That was a great line.
Yeah, it was good. There's a lot of good things about that show because it was a modern take on classic stories.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of modernized the Avengers a little bit, but they did classic stories. I mean, they covered a wide range of stories. They had Kang the Conqueror show up in that show. They had Enchantress and Executioner. I mean, if you've never seen the show, it's worth giving it a shot if you can find it because they do a lot of good stuff on it. And then after that show, all their animation goes downhill.
Yeah, I think they canceled it for this other crappy show.
They canceled it because Disney took over Marvel, and it was on Cartoon Network, and Cartoon Network and Disney don't go together.
I like to know why Bullet is saying this is stealing his soul. I think it has to do with you can't spell ASMR without Adrian. Okay. Already.
We need Booster now.
No, we don't need Booster. We just
No, we need Booster.
Well,
Booster is going to be giving himself a bald spot watching Endgame.
No, Booster has this weird phobia of ASMR. So
Yes, he's very bigoted towards ASMR. It's a shame.
Except me.
It's a shame. Booster is watching Endgame right now.
Joshua Hughes is disagreeing with you because he does that. He just wants to disagree with anybody on the panel to make it more spicy, saying Avengers Assemble was crap. All right.
Avengers Assemble was crap.
Yes, we just.
What the hell was Avengers Assemble?
It was the replacement to Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they canceled the show for this like really weird, really bad, really crappy animation thing with, you know, like the Avengers characters that they use in the movie, not the original lineup that they had in the show.
Well, it can't be as bad as the one from the 90s.
Oh, God, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
It's pretty bad, though. It's still pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
I was hoping nobody would mention that one.
Dude, the toys were nice, but that's about it. Hey, I got a Wonder Man toy out of it. Wonder Man was cool. I don't know, am I the only guy that liked Wonder Man? Because when
Wonder
I was
Man shows up in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, actually.
Oh, cool. Because when I was reading Avengers the first time, I mean, when I first read Avengers, Wonder Man and the Beast were like friends, and they always would get in trouble and do stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
They were like the you know, the little buddy kind of deals.
Wasn't that like back when Marvel was doing the 2-on-1s?
Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah, but it was like Beast and Wonder Man was like the comedy relief in the books at that time. And then, because that's my favorite Avengers is Beast, Hawkeye, and Captain America. And I do like Wonder Man, but only back then, because Wonder Man kind of got boring after a while. He was fun when I first read him, but then they just made him weird. too Hollywood.
Doesn't he go villain?
I don't. He was a villain first time when he first appeared way back in the '60s when he was
Okay.
Power Man.
That's what I thought.
He was a villain, but then when he started making him into that energy beam and whatever, it's like, it's not the Wonder Man that I like that safari outfit he had, the red outfit.
Oh yeah.
It was stupid as hell, but he was
Yeah.
fun. The character was fun, so it really doesn't matter what costume you got. It's how good the character is.
Well, I mean, it's comics, right? Like,
Yeah,
actually, that's the thing that modern comics is missing, is the fact that they're comics. They're not supposed to be real.
yeah. It could be just goofy. I mean, how more goofy can you get? A guy that looks like a blue ape, but his character is cool as hell. The Beast. Well, when he was the Beast, not that Lion Man thing. That kind of boring.
Yeah, I didn't like it when they changed him to the lion.
Yeah, the Lion Man was just dumb. It's like the Beast back in the day when he was an Avenger was awesome. Yeah, but that's just me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just me
And me.
and you and Adrian
And me.
and Tank. Anybody else?
All
What
I
is
know is Wasp was adorable in that show. She was definitely.
Oh,
That's indisputable. I really enjoyed that show too.
It's about time you spoke up. I knew you watched that show. You told me before.
I got tasked for a honeydew, so I'm out and about.
So what does Tundero say about that Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero cartoon?
Never seen them.
Never seen them? They're actually really good. I used to watch it with my son. He was like 2 or 3 years old. I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
I remember when it first came out, it was quality so.
Whoa.
Wow.
And that is Tank Ferret, ladies and
Did you
gentlemen.
just fall down the stairs while you were talking? What just happened right there?
That is Tank Ferret, ladies and gentlemen. That's what happens.
He's fallen and he can't get up. Do we need to call
Either he
911
fell
or
down the
something?
stairs while he was talking, or someone was punching him in the face. Like,
Oh, poor Tank. He's got the worst damn internet ever. He gets on a roll sometime, which is awesome, and then all of a sudden, most of the time, he's like, "Oh, where's Tank? Are you back, Tank? Did we lose him?
No, he's falling out completely.
Yeah.
Oh,
He fell
it
off
happens.
completely.
It
I
happens.
don't. I see the icon, but I don't.
No, like every big truck in town decided they had to pass me. And like, oh my goodness gracious. They're like lumber haulers and whatnot. So they're kind of loud.
Cool. So how you guys doing at work? Anybody getting tired?
I'm gonna dip out in a second.
Anybody on the east,
Last bit of weather
besides
we got.
Trusty on the East Coast that got to dip out? That's the whole thing about my show. Sometimes we do go extra long, but you guys are feel free to dip out if you guys need to dip out. We're not mean here. Joshua Hughes says Wonder Man is a villain in EMH. What is EMH?
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Why didn't I think of that?
it's that rodent brain again.
Yeah, I know.
Can't get away from it.
I want to hear you say rodentia.
You are filthy rodentia.
Awesome. I got Pandero to call me a filthy rodentia on stream. It is so awesome. Just because I took away his wrench.
That's right.
Yeah, look who had the wrench in my damn chat. Joshua. What the hell? And he's had it for many months, you know
No,
that?
it's so funny too.
Oh. He behaves in my chat. He doesn't behave in other chats.
No, he wrenches come and go in other chats. I think he knows it. If he loses the wrench here, he's never getting it back.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Oh. Joshua Shoes says, Night Pope is so biased and red-pilled. No wonder Popefire kicks her. She ruins Popefire's naive worldview. Oh man. Eagle 43 says Deathlock is greater than Avengers. Cool. Bullet says slip and fall accidents ruins lives. I guess that's towards you, Tank. Pope Raven said Popefire left 30 minutes ago. Yep, she did. And Joshua Hughes is laughing because he still has his wrench here. Cat says
All right,
we're not
Hughes.
mean here. Yeah,
That's all right. Hughes.
we're not mean here. We singe. We don't burn. That's for sure. And we sure as hell don't.
Cat should come on here and quit being a butthead. That's what she should do. I know she's scared of me for some reason, but she should definitely come on here.
I'm gonna start quoting Papa Titus at her.
What the hell is that, Tank? Oh,
Don't be a wussy.
leave her alone. We know about the. Well, we know, right, Tank? We know. That's all we're gonna say. We know.
Uh-oh.
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 Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to keep bullying her until she gets in here and tells me to shut up.
What?
Not you. I bully you enough.
No, we're not gonna. You're not gonna get bullied here.
Do you really bully her though? It's more
I
like
Her,
worship.
No.
her cat ears perked up when she heard bullied.
Yeah, but his misogyny frequent flyer card's like all empty. He's got to rack up points before they turn over. He's got some catching up to do.
My misogyny rewards cards. Did you give 50 points for cat calling a woman?
Excuse me, ma'am. Could you stamp this?
Oh boy.
What's in your wallet?
Thanks, sweetheart. Could you stamp that again?
That's funny.
I cat called a girl today and saved $10 on gas. Thanks, misogyny.
Oh boy.
And yes, the misogyny reward club is accepted at every strip club.
Oh.
Well, why wouldn't it be? It's the perfect place for it.
You know what I miss right now? I would miss a friendly neighborhood ninja laughing at that joke.
I know.
With
What
his
the
giggle.
heck is Ninja?
It would have been. Well, I think he has some stuff he had to do. Yeah. That's why he's not here tonight. It's fine.
Oh, dude, that's just too much. No, I've just been dying.
Hmm.
Oh, man. Misogyny rewards card.
So is Popeye still playing, or did she really go to sleep?
Let's see.
Let's go see. And if she's
No, she's still
playing,
playing her game.
she's still playing again, yeah. It's so funny that she says she can't handle being on streams for so long.
Yeah.
But she can be on Twitter for hours, people. Oh Lord.
I'm waiting for her to send me an invite on Overwatch.
Why don't you send her an invite to say, hey, I'm on the show. Why don't you come kick me off?
So somebody needs to contact Betty Brighteye on Twitter and have them whip up what this misogyny rewards card looks like, because that's comedy gold.
Yeah.
And they're the best graphic designer I know in the immediate neighborhood.
Oh. We got a bearded beer man in the house saying good evening all. Gee, cool. Have you guys ever seen bearded beer man before?
No.
Uh-oh. Chat better watch out because the mighty wrench has appeared.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
No, no.
AG is in the house.
There's
The
only one,
Submariner is
one mighty
surfaced.
wrench, sir.
Oh, it's my mighty wrench. Okay, you may be a mighty wrench and I'm mighty wrench.
Your mighty wrench. That's
My
right.
See,
mighty wrench.
I keep thinking of having like a
Mightiest
wrench
wrench.
off.
And we
I
got
was thi-
Pablo Romero out there too. Pablo, you want to jump up here? You can jump up here, Pablo. You got the link.
I've always been thinking of wanting to have a mighty wrench off between Thundaro and KG, where like the Cult of Raven just trolls a chat and they try to keep up, and somebody keeps score.
Not wise. I do not lose.
You know,
Dude.
like this person was without having to time anybody out. That's the hard part. Right there, nobody timed out. You know, you got to cut them the bad convers. You got to filter the nasty stuff from the good stuff, from the funny stuff. You know, I
Let's
think
do
the
it.
mighty. I think this could be like Wrench Olympics.
This needs to happen.
Dude, KG
The
is so
wrench.
so
The
fast
wrench
on the
Olympics.
draw. I mean, he puts up people's links like split seconds. It's like, holy smokes, KG's working it. Before you know it,
So,
everybody on this panel will be in the chat with their links.
so the wrench Olympics events would involve link posting, timeouts, and bans.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
See, but I bet KG would have an advantage on me on the link posting because I deleted most of my I had a big, like, just pages and pages of links that I had made loaded to go for when I was doing the bigger streams and stuff, and I deleted them all. So you would have an advantage.
So how many places are you monitoring now? Is
Oh,
any
I
closer?
Dozens. I honestly don't know.
Or you don't even mod anymore? You just like screw it.
I do. Just I'm not as public about it. I'm still there. I'm always watching, Manny. Always watching.
Well, you see, that's the
Like to
whole
watch
thing. There's
Like the
so many
creeper he
people.
is.
Yeah, you're kind of creepy there. Saying that's kind of creepy. But it is true. I mean, a lot of us go into other shows and just watch shows that we just don't want to be known that we're actually watching them. Ugh.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I have YouTube Premium, so I often just listen. My phone is in my pocket, my headphones are in my ears, and I'm not breaking stride while I'm working. I just go to my subscriptions and I just hit play and get caught up on everything. And I do like that, but often that means that I forget to leave a like. It also means that I'll forget to chat because I'm completely distracted.
How are we on the likes? If you guys do like this content, please hit the like button. Smash
I
it,
liked.
caress it, do what you need to do.
Whisper sweet nothings in its ear.
Yeah.
I
Stroke it.
think this is a new one.
Take it out to dinner first. Just make sure you take it out to dinner.
And choke it if that's what you're into. Just hit it.
Oh boy. See what you're missing, Popefire? Well, you're playing your game.
Just smack it around a little bit. You don't have to.
Wait. We got since
Make
she's
sure
not
I'm
here, we
going.
have to say exactly what she would say through all of that. Ew, gross.
At least we're not talking about Barney.
Barney? What?
What?
Huh?
Who's talking about Barney?
Yeah, explain yourself, Tank.
Oh, well, I was just saying, at least we're not talking about Barney. I ain't talking about him.
You
Oh,
run away, cat.
Now.
You run away scared. I understand. It's okay.
No,
It's okay.
I despise that purple monster. It's my arch enemy.
Bye, cat.
Bye, cat.
is Cat going to
Bye,
sleep?
cat.
I'm going to bed, sleep. See ya, Bullet and others. Okay, see ya. Nice for stopping by. Nice to see you in the chat again.
Joshua Shoes is going to miss Cat.
Oh, poor Joshua.
Tank. Eagles 43 thinks you should
Tank.
sing Barney songs.
No.
So who else? Okay, Trusty, I know you can do Barney. Is Trusty still here?
I'm still here.
I know you can do Barney. Let's hear a Barney.
I love you. You love me.
Oh my
We're
goodness.
best friends like friends should be. With a big hug and a kiss from me to you.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Now we're having a Barney. Now we're having a Barney off.
Fiddle-dee.
Oh, you guys. You guys
You know, hearing that song as an adult, that thing sounds a lot creepier than it should be.
Yeah,
Oh,
He was singing at the kids, damn it.
Oh, dude.
what you need to do? You need to sing it a little bit slower. It's in the same voice, but a little bit slower, and see how creepy it's gonna sound.
Creepy.
We're gonna be special friends forever.
Don't tell the police.
That's like I used to read a sinister version of
Our
Frosty the
special
Snowman to my kids.
Or like, I like to replace Ren and Stimpy characters with Barney. You know, like,
Rubber nipples, you say? Nope. You have any rubber walrus protectors?
Oh boy.
call the police. Ah, I can't believe they got away with that on a kids show. My mom was watching that episode with me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!"
Do you remember the episode where they took a bath with their?
Oh yes. when they took the twin infants' place, they had to take the bath at the grand.
Yes, they took the bath with the. Oh man, they got away with so much stuff on that show.
Hey, well, children's TV writers do have dirty minds. I was talking with someone about this Scooby-Doo show, and they had Fred be incredibly interested in the hobby of trap making, and it's just like, I don't think they were talking about the literal traps when they were making that show.
Oh no.
I mean, I'm just gonna say the word trap was uttered 20 times an episode on average.
Yeah,
And it's like, he had a copy of Traps Illustrated.
Oh,
And I'm just saying, I think the writers were thinking about something different.
yeah.
Like Fred, why do you keep putting me in a dress, man?
No, he at this point in the show, he was having to choose between his love of traps and Daphne. He was like, I love traps and Daphne.
Oh god.
Like Zoinks, Fred, you seem to be into those traps a little too much.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of traps, Peacock Barbie. So yeah, I've got infants. I've got my great niece, and I've got my daughter, who are both between the ages of 1 and 2. And so Peacock Barbie was playing on the TV, and I was like, but wait, only male peacocks have those feathers. Oh, Barbie's a trap.
Oh my gosh.
oh my lord.
I just looked at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotta say goodnight.
Good night.
Trust
Can
me.
I trust you?
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. No, just me.
Where can we find you, Trusty?
Trusty Sidekick 3 on Twitter. Trusty Sidekick Art on Instagram.
Awesome.
And often on Good Dog Press and Eortia streams, and sometimes on Popefire streams.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank
Everybody,
you for coming.
have a good evening and a
Later,
blessed
Trusty.
Sunday.
Later, Trusty.
Same to you.
Later,
Trusty.
Trusty.
Bye,
Awesome.
Trusty.
Awesome. Anybody else on the East Coast or whatever, if you guys gotta go, you know. This is just how we roll over here.
I am in California, and it only is 10:30 here.
The heart of the enemy.
And I am here in Hawaii and it's only 7:30, so I'm good to go. Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until Trusty was leaving that I remembered that I know a guy here locally who worked on the same Vampire Requiem book that he did.
Cool.
Yeah, no, we were talking. He's like, no, we got it. The three of us need to get together and do something. I'm like, well, you know, I was like, I've been wanting to introduce this guy to this greater community over here, but he's so busy managing a Safeway. He can't find any time to be creative. And this guy's, you know, he's published.
Cool.
Major game company. White Wolf is no slouch. They're one of the larger game companies.
Yeah, they are.
And Requiem was a hot item as much as I thought it was hot garbage. But that was just because I didn't like the math. I'm very picky about the math of my games.
I like Dark Ages.
Oh, dude, Dark Ages, Vampire Dark Ages was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like that was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones was even came out, man. Oh, dude, intrigue and the subtlety and the plotting and the hack and slash. The hack and slash was a lot of fun in that game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, playing a vampire in the Dark Ages. That's a fun premise. Some good classic horror.
Well, I mean, up until that point, you really didn't have that, you know. Like vampire stuff's always been in modern times or Victorian times, but throw them in the Dark Ages, and that's a whole different dynamic. I always wanted to do like a story of vampires in the Renaissance. Like the Italian Renaissance age.
Well, I guess Bearded Beard Man is from California too, saying cheers to us Cal people. Cool.
I mean, it's really not something to brag about, really.
Oh, man.
I know. I was talking to someone from a group today, and it was kind of like a political group, and I was like, because they kind of organize meetings, and I was like, I don't think you're gonna find many people here. So there's like 2 in Central California. It's like, that's impressive. Like, there's 600 people in this Discord, and 2 from California.
Well, you know,
I found out that I live really close to a whole bunch of other creators up here, and I'm in Northwest Oregon, and I found out there's like a whole bunch of people around here. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, a lot of creators go to Oregon to live.
One of these days, I'm gonna go down to Portland. I'm in Portland area, and I want to go have lunch with the comic tropes, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, Portland has a very big indie comic scene, but unfortunately, it's a very scary indie comic scene in the sense of who's in it.
Oh yeah, no, it's Portlandia.
Yeah,
It's so bad that even like even the left makes fun of how left it is.
right. I mean, you can look at some of the worst offenders of being left in the comic industry now, and a lot of them got their start in the Portland scene.
What's going on in the chat there, Manny?
What a way to segue. Yes. Yes, we don't want to be disparaging West Coast,
Portland,
California, and all this stuff. There might be people watching. Oh, we got to get off the subject. We got to get on some fun stuff again. Tondero's got to go and make some fun of somebody.
Who would you like me to brutalize?
Whoever you want to brutalize.
Ooh, me.
No, your voice is too soft to be like kicking a woman.
Yes.
I left
It's cold outside. I could use some burning.
I left it out there like it was going to be merciful, and then I just ripped it away.
You are not a merciful person.
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
That was good too.
He's just annoyed because I told him he'd never see me in my classes, at least not until Pope gets 15 Patreons.
Actually,
when I was
I was half asleep for a minute there because I was sitting back in my chair too much, and I got way too comfortable.
Yeah, your comfortable chair.
Oh, you're more comfortable than Adrian. Adrian is the master of comfortable.
When I was 13, I met Don Rickles at an autograph signing, and I didn't ask for an autograph. I just asked him to tear into me. And I was beat face, red, laughing, and I knew it was all true. And I thanked him. He made my whole day. He was like, "You weird one."
I mean, once Don Rickles insults you, I don't think anybody else
Yeah,
can ever insult you again.
yeah, that's kind of like going to the top of the mountain, dude.
Right. Well, when you have the opportunity,
Right.
those opportunities don't come often.
You take that opportunity.
It's like when Will Eisner shoved an autograph into my hand because all I wanted to do was shake his hand and have a quick conversation. It's like, kid, take the autograph. You probably sell it for money. I'm like, I don't care about that. I'm just glad I got to meet you.
You got to meet Will Eisner, you lucky dog.
Dude, I had it in.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, I got to see how the machine worked when I was a kid. I didn't spend a lot of time on the huckster's floor, or as they call the exhibition hall. It was called the huckster's floor. No offense to any of the vendors or people selling their wares there, but the real business of comics did not take place on that floor. It took place in the conference rooms after the symposiums, over lunch. A lot of schmoozing took place, and that machinery's gone. These people even back in the day, even Stan Lee and Julius Schwartz would sit down for lunch with each other. Those dudes hated each other. Like, seriously. Hated each other.
It's called being friendly with people at work, which is something a lot of people don't know about today.
Yeah, but they put on a smile for the audience. They would shake hands, and as soon as the public was gone, dude, they were just like, they turned their back on each other, maybe throw an underhanded barb at each other, and that was all they would say. They would try to leave the room as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I remember I was watching an interview with the guy at the end of Mythbusters because the show was ending, and it's like, oh, will you do any other projects with whatever the other guy's name? And he's like, no, actually, it's nothing like bad, but we actually never really got along. We never really were friends.
Oh,
We had a good chemistry when it came to TV, and we didn't hate each other. We worked well together, but I don't think we're gonna do any projects anytime soon.
wow.
And it's just like, man, I don't know whether to dislike you or just mad respect for handling that great. It's just like, yeah, we worked together for 18 years. We never really liked each other, but it was our jobs.
So which guy was this? Was it Adam or James?
It was Adam. Ironically, his last name is Savage, which is what that was.
So he didn't like the other guy?
No, neither of them like each other.
Wow.
No, they have totally different personalities, totally different political views. They're on opposite spectrums of politics.
Yeah, and it works well together on screen. And they were like, we have a show together. We have to work well together. There was never any problems there, but you know what? We're probably not going to be doing another show together just because.
Okay. Who needs brutalized before I go? Who wants some pain?
Joshua Hughes.
Oh,
he could use some.
It's just too. I mean, Hughes he's a filthy degenerate. He has all these sock accounts. He runs around hitting on girls. He's got no class. He's a classless person with a wrench he doesn't deserve. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
What classification of animal would he fall into, would you say?
He's below Rodentia. I would go with probably some form of arachnid. Probably the lowest form I can think of. No, not arachnid. Let's go with insectoid. Yeah, he's an insectoid.
He's a generic insectoid.
He's definitely a dung beetle level insectoid.
Poor Joshua.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Later.
All right. How long you got going on you, Mr. Adrian?
Oh, I'll probably be getting ready for bed here.
Okay. Well, I finished my thumbnail for tonight, which this is what's going to go up on my thing. So I got you guys here. I got Night Pope and Tank Ferret and Thundero.
No Thundaro left.
Yeah, but it's on my thumbnail.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on his thumbnail.
Yeah, this is going to be what's on the screen is what's going to be on my thumbnail for this stream. That's the whole
Sounds
thing.
good.
If you guys want people to come watch a show after you do the show, put a nice thumbnail up there. You know, take a little while. I mean, it's simple. It's
Yeah,
a
I was doing the,
but it really makes a difference for people to
I was-
come back and watch your shows.
I was doing the thumbnails for Pope streams there for a while, but
But she was mean to you.
yeah, she stopped doing her Titans
yeah.
Thursdays.
I like it. I get to be the main thumbnail person. She doesn't create thumbnails after a lot of the times, but like it just has a random frame, and a lot of times it's the frame of me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I mean, it's cute, but you know, if she wants people to come back and watch your show, you gotta take a little time, take a little effort.
Yep.
But I am happy that you got to come on here on Night Pope.
Yes.
You know, if I ever do this again, you know, hopefully you come back again too. You know, usually my streams, if you haven't been here before, it's usually just maybe one or two talkers, and the rest are artists up here. And they just draw. We have some really amazing artists that come on this show. We have Pablo Romero Art, Josh Chris, ERTs, Tank Ferret, of course, great artists. And I know there's so many others that I'm forgetting right now. So don't feel I slate you guys. You guys are awesome when you guys come on my show. And,
It's coming on shows is great.
and we don't hit people over the head in this show. Try to keep it as nice as possible.
You mean you don't kick people for no reason?
Nope, we don't kick people for no reason. There's no need to. And we will singe people in the chat if they're here. If they're not here, we don't want to singe them. We don't want to burn them. You got to be here to be burnt. We don't want to talk bad about anybody who's not here that can't fight for themselves. That's kind of our rule here. Okay, let's see what's on the chat before we start wrapping this up. Oh, Bullet, why are you being mean to Adrian? I'm not going to read this stuff. See, I read my chat. I'm like, no, we're not going to go there.
Sleeper agents, that's funny.
Model 316 is in the house. Oh, now, see, if Model 316 was here earlier, maybe Kat would have jumped on. Remember, she said she would come on if Model 316 was here.
She did say that.
Yeah, they're talking worm. What is the worm? What did I miss? Bullet.
I think it was when Tantara was calling Joshua an insect.
Oh yeah, he is a worm. Oh, you'd be Noah Rodentia because Rodentias love to eat worms. Simpson Joshua says, "Geez." People were saying goodnight to Thundero. Joshua Shu says, "Justice for Joshua's." Was he talking about Joshua? Yeah, he was. Bullet worm. Everybody's saying that was when Tendero went away, which was 2 minutes ago. And when did you get here? Pretty Bird YT Star. Who's the Pretty Bird YT Star, KG?
Booster.
Booster. He's watching a movie. Model 316 says, sometimes I have to keep Cat in line. That is funny. All right, so we have been going at this for 2 hours and 14 minutes, which I think is good. My neck, my neck is sore as hell right now, and my neck was out 2 hours ago, people. But I'm a trooper. I kept it going. You know, keep it going.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let us go around the room how I usually do it, not like some other people. And I actually white box the people as I'm doing it. And what I usually do is I make sure I go to the last person who came in. So that's going to be you, Night Pope. You know, tell us, you know, where we can find you, and that's it.
I do have a YouTube channel. I occasionally post recordings for my SJW class because who would not want to hear my teacher equate gender to ice cream? It's one of my favorites. Did you know that? I mean, how can there only be two genders when people like so many different types of ice cream? But I don't really have any social media. But if you wanna get cancer, you can just click on find me.
Okay. Here's my advice for you going to college, and this is the same advice my father gave me many, many years ago. Just remember, when you take the test, white men are bad. I'm serious. That's what my father told me. They say white men are bad, and we live in a bad world that the white men took over, and you'll get straight A's, boy. And guess what? I got a lot of A's. I didn't believe a damn thing I wrote, but it was great advice. Okay.
Yep. Yep. And nowadays, if you just throw in Black Lives Matter for good measure, you get some extra credit.
Yep. And another thing too is always remember to say that the history books are written by the conquerors, so the white men were bad. Okay.
Yes.
This say
Okay.
that. Do that.
Make sure you say that.
By your teachers. Just remember back in your mind, you don't believe it. You just do that. All right. Mech Grimlock.
Oh, me Grimlock.
I can't read right now.
Me, Grimlock King!
Oh, me Grimlock. Okay.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
I have a Twitter, but under the same name, but I don't post much. You could usually find me in Pope's Discord. I'm there giving her gray hair, and on her streams because she needs a token Autobot, and I'm usually the guy she calls.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on to the show tonight.
Oh, glad to be here.
That was awesome. Adrian.
You can find me on Twitter at AdrianT2099. And I'm on Popefire streams and sometimes Manny's.
Cool. That is awesome.
Joshua posted some cancer in the chat.
Joshua posted some cancer in the chat. Oh, that's funny. All right. And of course, my good buddy, my wingman, my man that I go to every single night on Good Dog Press, Tank Ferret.
What's up, brother? All right. If you want to find me, you can find me here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at /TankFerretArt. And you might find me at your company picnic because I like free food.
And he is also the art director of Skunk Girl, believe it or not. He's an art director, and he's doing the variant cover for Skunk Girl. He's
Nice.
a very busy man. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
All you people that want to put out a comic book, make sure you get an art director. They come in handy. Trust me. Take the criticism. All right, and I am Manny from Good Dog Press, and thank you guys for coming here tonight on a Saturday night. Usually I don't do this. I usually go on Popefire, but she had some things that she needed to do, so she asked me to take over for tonight, so I did that. And I hope she enjoyed the show, even though she should have been here a little bit longer. But you know what? We all know Popefire. She can't stay still for a long time.
Don't. I'm sorry. It was because of me. She doesn't like being on the same at the altar at me. Also, I just want to point out that your subscribe count right now is 666. So.
Oh yeah.
So I think that may have scared her away. She's a bit too wholesome for that number.
It just jumped up 3. I guess people are like, nope, can't have that.
Actually, I mean, I'm looking at my iPad, and my iPad says 670, so it's weird. It's what different devices have different calculations. It's weird.
Well, to me, it says that. Well, now it says 667 because for some reason I was not subscribed to you, but now I am.
Hey, thank you. If you guys
Mine's was saying 669.
Yeah, if you guys like all the people that's on this panel, go subscribe to them, go support them. We're trying to build a community here, and that's the way that we do it. Just go help each other out. Alrighty.
Just go follow my Twitter. I have nothing on my channel.
Subscribe to his channel. We'll get something on there someday. All right.
It worked for
When he hits
Booster.
1 million subs, he's gonna do a chest reveal.
Hey, just to plug Pope, when Popefire gets 15 Patreons, you get to see me with my cam turned on, and you get to see my wonderful new glasses.
how many?
Alrighty.
How far away is she?
She's at 8,
Oh, that's a
so
long way
someone
to
better make some alts.
go. Oh man.
That's
All
not
right.
directed to you, Joshua.
All right. So you can find me here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we do a lot of this drawing and discussing. That's all we do, and we talk about silly things, as you guys
It's
saw.
D&D.
D&D. We draw and discuss. That's what we do. All right. So we'll see you guys on Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, and thank you for coming. Aloha all.
Later.